Oh, no, make it 15.
I will run at 20 FPS and you will like it.
So, if you want to hear something really fucking cursed, my buddy Bolt likes to play Arma on occasion, and he's been doing it more and more with a fucking Xbox controller. I shit you not. And he's
That's how Luton 09 did it back in the day. So, but he was for cinematics and just dropping artillery directly on the player base. So.
Yeah, that does sound about right.
Yeah, you know that, don't you?
That's realistic, though.
From what I've heard, like running armor on a controller isn't awful.
No, it's
So it's not awful, it's just limiting. Like, Bolt can do it, but the way he's got his shit jerry-rigged, it's like a normal FPS, and he has trouble doing, like he can't do Ace, obviously. And he's got it, we have to have a certain mod set for it to be practical, so he can, like, reload and everything.
so you can reload.
It can do basic shit from the setup I've seen him make, but, like, it's not Arma. It's basically
Real quick.
just made jank color.
Real quick, Tofu, you getting on the server to take that pilot slot?
I'm getting Ace compat issues. I'm missing something for SOG apparently.
You don't have the right mod set then.
I literally just imported it off the website. Yeah.
Do you have SOG the DLC loaded?
Yes.
Okay, so you have the DLC loaded. Do you have the SOG Ace Prairie Fire compat loaded?
I guess it's not downloading it.
Then you need to add that, Goober.
I have to find it slot.
Or you can go sub it. It takes
How
a
many
small
mods do you
mod.
have loaded?
Yeah, I'm going to find it right now.
All right.
When did the Vietnam War end? Like 75? 76?
I am pushing us to map screen.
73?
Technically hasn't ended. No, legit. It's technically still ongoing.
Yeah, in Vietnam.
there we go.
South rise again.
No, thank
Shut
you.
the fuck up.
That was just wrong. Yeah, I play music from. I play contemporary music. That's still in Vietnam.
People
era.
drive me nuts.
Technically, the US could just go into Vietnam and, napalm bomb some villages again.
No, it's. I think you're getting.
Napalm
the Vietnam War. I
kids.
think that's illegal.
Did that ever stop the Americans?
It's never a war crime the first time, okay?
I mean, if you
You know
take
what?
it,
We retroactively killed one.
can the F-22 carry napalm?
Probably. You can jerry rig anything to carry napalm.
Why would you use an F-22 for fucking CAS? It's an F-22.
You can jerry rig anything
Because the
to carry
F-35 is
napalm.
shit.
Because the Americans don't
No,
have
the
them.
F-35 is fine.
Let's take the B2.
F-16.
So no one will
Who just said the F-35 is fine? Get out.
The F,
You're
It's
fired.
fine.
The F-35 are garbage.
Nail,
airplanes.
the only thing
We'll
that
work
we
on
have
it.
some of them.
Why is it stuck on waiting for hosts?
Like the A10 in your arsenal, the F-35 is shit.
The problem is you can't launch the A-10 off a carrier.
The F-35 costs more than every other aircraft we have combined, and it's worse than all of them individually.
Now, what if you just loaded all the pylons on a B-52 filled with napalm?
There you go.
That would.
Oh my god.
Just burn all of Vietnam at once.
Just put them loose on
a C-130.
It won't be Operation
Just open the cargo ramp.
It'll be Operation Rolling Firestorm.
Why is it waiting for the host?
Completely loaded.
What's wrong with the server? Come on.
Cargo drop cluster napalm from a fucking galaxy.
Hear me out. Moab, but napalm.
Oh my god.
I like this idea.
Moab?
I still have access to the council. There we go.
Napalm and throw a match out.
I know why it's taking a hot second, but
Yeah, just
Then you would
It's
like
alright.
to play in a flourish.
let's drown them in napalm and then light them on fire.
Then you get a fuel air bomb at the bomb part.
I love that the loading screen tooltip I get is about the commando vault.
Now, oh yeah.
After
the
this
wind
entire
can carry that.
conversation.
Yeah, the wind can carry that.
And I
It's very
cannot
scary.
wait for the F4 Phantom pilots to either overshoot or undershoot with the bombs because the targeting computer doesn't fucking work.
Well, you just have to
Dive bomb.
dive bomb it. Like
threaten the council.
Yeah, just pretend you're
Or the
stupid.
console, excuse me.
Just
Fixes
fucking
the
summon
problem.
your inner Luftwaffe and start screaming and go,
If
"Meow."
I don't hear,
You know,
fly by.
if you fly low enough to the ground, your bombs will be 100%.
Please don't draw on the map. You can draw on the outside of the map, though. Just don't mark anything in the map
That's very
perimeter,
sus.
please.
Among Us.
I remember the
Among
first
Us.
time I actually
Is
figured
there
out how
Among
to
Us
get the
yet?
targeting computer to kind of work, and I'm like, oh, finally, I'm gonna be
Among
able
Us
to
is
drop
there
precise bombs. First time I used
All
it, I
right.
dropped
Again, I said
literally right on
outside
top
of.
the
Okay,
fucking
so let me clarify. Outside of the actual map, not the grayed out area, like the actual map, please.
The immediate.
Just immediately above the lost spot.
I will give the brief in 30 seconds.
Hot can be caned for 5 minutes.
Uber Pyro, thanks for the 4-month
No, the
resub.
emotes in
I hope
front
you
of
keep
VC.
enjoying the operations and hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
I knew those trees are sus.
Load
Does
faster, Arma,
does that
please.
say who burnt my WAP? Hold on.
Yeah, hold up. Break. Guess, do you not have a map?
No, but just black spots, I guess.
Yeah, there's a few black spots. I'll explain those. All right, it's 12:40. All right, break. Let me explain how this scenario is going to go. So, everyone except the Lost Squad will be spawning at the HQ marker at the airbase. Lost Squad, you'll be spawning somewhere in the Lost Squad position. If you want a specific look at the ditch you're in, I provided an image in the document that I released yesterday. Lost Squad, you are not allowed to leave that position until U.S. ground forces come and rescue you. Otherwise, that component of the op will be kind of nullified. So just stay there. I already told Command last night he's not allowed to send a helicopter to go pick you up either. It has to be a ground force. And if a helicopter tries, you're going to meet Mr. Dishka. And Mr. Dishka does not miss. And Mr. Dishka has infinite ammo. So please stick true to the actual operation. Now, the 3 blacked out spots here represent bases that were on the map. This one I have replaced with a bunch of trees and craters for aesthetic because it's in the AO. This one I've just purely grayed out and gotten rid of. But this one up here, that one's still there, but just ignore that one because if I hide too many assets on the map at once, it makes loading a little longer. But otherwise, the operation is as follows. Ground will deploy his forces to X-Ray. From X-Ray, he will then move his forces up, rescue the Lost Squad, and then they will pull back with the Lost Squad to hold X-Ray. Now, during the operation, it will eventually hit night for the final third of the operation, so keep your illumination equipment. But after you get everyone, you just hold X-Ray till the night passes, and if you survive, you survive. If you all get wiped, then it's technically a mission fail. X-Ray, Lost Squad. I'm not gonna try to wipe all of you. I'm just gonna, throw probably up to 4 squads at a time at you, which seems like a lot, but based off of how I have the global settings for the AI, as long as you're not within like 5 meters of the AI, if they actually manage to hit you, it's just by pure volume of fire itself. So stick to your little ditch. You have a large amount of ammo in there. You got a full thing of medical in there. Just keep your medic alive as the best that you can. If you need to in a pinch, use your long-range radio. Try to get in contact with an air asset to assist you. Maybe get in contact with ground. Have them coordinate artillery strikes for you as well and call by fire. It's entirely up to you how hardcore you want to play it, but I would recommend having a little bit of support because as the mission continues, more and more stuff will come and try to kill you. Now, to the air assets. For the first Huey crew, the minigun pylons you have on the side, I would recommend you take off with the Huey, go to the Triple R helipad, which I've circled in blue. It's the farthest one on the left. Change out your minigun pylons, and then you can change them back to whatever. That's because, for whatever reason, the first spawn of that Huey, the minigun pylons do not work, so you have to change them out to get functionality back with them. Otherwise, for the Hueys that have pylons, which is 3 out of the 4, you can take either the 1 or the 2 different types of rocket pods that I cleared you on, the 2.75 10-pound ×7 pylons, or you can take the minigun pylon, which I wrote on the document. It's not in the pictures down there, but if you want to take the minigun pylon, feel free. Air, you are cleared to either take the 21 times 2.75-inch 10-pound bombs, which is like a triple pylon, or as much napalm as you want, because in experimenting, we found out that napalm doesn't cause too many issues. However, if you do a massive napalm strike, and I notice that there is a pretty significant server spike, I'm going to ask you to then limit your pylons, or at least limit your strikes to a few napalm bombs up to like 2 to 4. Instead of like a full 12. That's just because I don't want the server to die to that many clients rendering in that much fire.
Understandable.
Co-pilots, please keep questions to the end.
Okay.
Thank you. Co-pilots for the planes, I don't know why there's a child lock in the plane. Once you get in it and the pilot gets in it and you take off and come back and land, you are stuck in there. And nothing I have done in the past 2 test stops for this mission has gotten you unstuck. So go get your snack, go grab your blankie. You're gonna be in there probably all mission.
If Luso's my
if
pilot,
you
does that mean I get to call him daddy?
see, I told you, Luso, you were gonna deal with 3 hours of horny jokes. I warned you. But anyway, if you absolutely need to get out, we'll treat it as a technical issue. So just say on side chat that you're a co-pilot, you need to get out because you're landed, and I'll, if I have the time, I'll go over. I'll teleport you out. But you're still able to do triple R and change, like rearm your pylons with the guy in there, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Final thing I'm gonna ask, Huey pilots. I won't ask the plane pilots unless you somehow crash in the AO. Don't immediately kill yourself. Try to actually make it to friendly forces. In the event you get shot down around the Lost Squad and have to be evac'd there, I will allow a Huey to come in and pick up those pilots, but not the Lost Squad. It's a very circumstantial thing that I thought about with Command last night, but just again, I don't want the spirit of this operation to get busted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meta knowledge for those of you that care, AI accuracy is going to be at 3%. They will still hit you. So just because I'm telling you they're going to be dog shit at aiming, there's going to be about 100 or AI around you at any given time. So lots of volume by fire. But otherwise, ground I already told, and I'll tell the rest of you, there's only going to be able to get like half of you into X-ray for the first LZ push. So some of you might have to be a little patient back at base. Final thing I will say, at the triple R position, there's 5 different types of ammo resupplies and 1 type of medical. There's 12 of each type. It's machine gun ammo, rifle ammo, grenades and sidearm ammo, and grenadier ammo, and then illumination. So how that works, helicopters, you can load up to 4 different boxes in your helicopter. You can then fly over the AO. Your co-pilot can then unload them. It'll go in an airdrop. It'll come down via parachute, go with the wind, and once it lands, a yellow smoke grenade will automatically start on that position. So infantry can then go over, pick it up, and then drag it back. The reason I segregated the ammo was so all of the ammo boxes were carryable, because if I combined them all, it wasn't enough, unfortunately. Now let's go on to questions. Real quick. If you are a reservist, you can now get on the server and snipe a slot. Questions?
Liru, real quick, before you go to questions, can I go over 2 other things we went over last night?
Yes, go ahead.
So, with the LZ and all of that, me and Moss are probably going to send a few of you first, like the MGs and all that, because Liru gave us the suggestion to send heavy guns first, so they'll be the first ones in the birds. And the second thing was, just to hit it home, please don't land anywhere that you're not told to land. So, anywhere along the valley from Lost Squad to X-Ray, basically from what Liru told us last night, if you're not landing at X-Ray, you're not landing behind friendly lines, you're probably going to die. Just please keep that aware. Final thing on dropping boxes, Liru, we talked about it last night. We can actually leave stuff at X-Ray, and the VC will try to take it, but Liru is going to give us an opportunity to get it back. So
let me fully explain. So I recommended to Command he gets all of his forces at X-Ray, and then he has like a battle line up to the Lost Squad and then back. If you wanted to start stockpiling munitions on X-Ray before you did that, I wouldn't recommend it. But in case you want to, and you stockpile stuff at X-Ray, once you get back within a few hundred meters of X-Ray, then I will start trying to steal that stuff to give you ample opportunity to take it back. But again, I don't recommend the whole thing in the first place, but I will at least give you a chance.
Yeah, that was the 2 big things. Other than that, you can do questions.
All right. Questions overall?
Yes. So the pylons for the pilots, which pylons were it, except napalm? There was something else you mentioned.
It's in the document, and it's on billboards in the map.
Down.
Okay.
Breakdown document.
You mentioned bombs as well, but the document only says napalm and rockets.
I think Liru just misspoke. They're the 21 Hydra 70 pods.
Rocket pods. If I said bombs, that is my bad. Thank you.
That's all.
All right. Any other questions?
Question for Fuzz.
Yeah.
What is the... how do we mark targets? Are we allowed to just mark on map saying, hey, we need support at X position?
I'd prefer you to use your radio, but if you are that desperate, I'm not going to step on your fun.
Like, just mark a target, call the target 1, and say, hey, can we get fire on target 1? Like, not literally dropping a thing going, we're all dead, broken arrow.
Yeah, again, so that's up to you and JTAC, or excuse me, your RTO to decide.
Got it.
Since that's not a Zeus thing, I'm not gonna, step on you on that. It's just how you guys want to play. Final note, I will say, because it always happens with every op. If you crash, just get back on the server. Then on side chat, say, hey, I need a teleport to this squad leader. Please give me a name instead of a squad. It helps me find stuff, and I'll try to get you. You become my priority then to get you back in the AO. So if I'm RC, and I usually get out and then teleport you back. But you need to give me some way to identify where you need to go. Because if you don't, then I'm just going to go, like, what do you want me to do about it? But yeah, go ahead.
For Lost Squad, what if people die? Where do they go?
So they start getting factored in. Thank you for bringing that up, because that was actually a major critical component. If they die, they get reinserted and they run with ground. If you all die, you still need to go up and confirm they're all dead, even though, meta-wise, they're dead. But again, it defeats the purpose if you all die and then just say, in your next life, hey, they're all dead. So ground still needs to get up there to their position to either rescue or confirm they're dead. Yeah. So Lost Squad, if you all die, you're just now an additional rifle squad with a machine gun.
And if we individually get picked off, join into squads that are leaving, and we can either scoop you back later desperately or just have a smaller squad.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so building on top of the idea of reinserts, last night you showed us an area, second area besides X-ray we could land. Could you put that on the map?
So that area is roughly around here. I don't know where specifically it is because elephant grass you don't see up there, but first off, I will say to the pilots, these LZs are going to be hot. Every single time it's going to be a hot LZ. There will be a slightly less hot LZ from X-ray around over here, but I'd recommend you just keep to X-ray. But I'm trying to give everyone an opportunity in case they're not comfortable with something. But yeah, and especially in my second test stop, there was at least 150 AI shooting at a helicopter. He was still able to land, pick up 5 dudes, and then get out of there. So you should be fine. Should be in the keyword.
So the pilots today just, as a small request, just land at X-ray.
Be on your A game.
There, don't land in the valley because you're going to get dishked to hell. And as Liru said, if you get shot down as a pilot, regardless of your bird, I will try to go get you. But be aware, like if you get shot down like somewhere near Lost Squad, now we're all out in the bush looking for you. So if you're landing today at all, land at X-ray or land to the south, please. Thank you.
One final thing I will say: if all Hueys are shot down, then I don't mind if a Huey or two respawn to get their Hueys back. Hueys and planes are on a 60-second timer, by the way. But yeah, try to roleplay at least getting rescued. It adds to the fun of everyone else if you do that.
Yeah. Wherever you're shot down, we will come get you, but just please try not to get shot down, especially trying to land.
All right. Any other questions?
I got one, Liru.
Go.
For the calling in artillery, do I have to worry about it being danger close, or will it let me do it anyway?
It will let you do it anyway.
Okay.
Don't abuse that. Do not get your own people killed, please.
Yeah, just in Prairie Fire, I knew it was kind of weird because its ranging
so
for that was really weird.
The script that controls that, I gutted it, and it shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
At least in the first test stop, because the second test stop, the RTO didn't use any because he forgot about it. But that was my bad for not telling him. But the first test stop, yeah, no, they were able to call RD strikes within like 50 meters of their position. It was fine. So.
All right, Infusion, just quick rule on danger close. If we're moving, no danger close. If we're stationary, then you can do danger close, because I don't want you, like, bombing us really close while we're moving, because we might accidentally walk into it, because arc light's not that accurate.
What do you mean I can't just be like the Kriegs from Warhammer?
I got another question for Lost Squad.
All right, let's keep it to questions, guys, because I want to get us started. Lost Squad, go.
Sure, the quickest question I can possibly ask. So, do the enemy know exactly where we are and they're coming, or are they looking for us?
They're looking for you, but they will know where you are very soon.
Okie dokie.
We allow resupply in Lost Squad, as in how he's dropping.
You have, if they get through all of their munition in that crate, there's 130 round, like, okay, how do I put this? No. If they somehow get through all of that ammo, then they have to go pick up enemy guns.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Because I don't think you're going to get through all that ammo, but you might blow me away, so who knows. Which, by the way, last note, if you're a grenadier or you're one of the assistants and you only spawn with a handgun, by all means, pick up an enemy gun. That's what they did in this battle. So feel free to loot enemy guns if you want. but try to get resupply first, unless you're one of those roles where you don't have a rifle, you have an M79 or a handgun, then by all means go nuts.
Alright, if you pilots get nods.
What?
No.
You're funny.
Okay.
You don't want lights, you'll like it.
You don't want Gen 1 nods, man. It's better to go with
you'll get
idle.
floodlights
Yeah.
and you'll like it.
Yeah, just call the Hueys in for illumination runs. We have 24 flares per bird.
That's fair.
Well,
That's
okay.
fair.
Illumination.
Any other
Yeah,
questions?
Yes.
Okay.
One from last squad.
I've got 2 more minutes for questions. Go ahead.
How quickly will the enemy, like, how much time do we have to prepare before the enemy assaults us?
You'll find out. Next question.
No shit.
That's reassuring.
There's nothing to really prep. You don't have any e-tools, so.
Just final question from command, and then I'll be good for the op. Are we gonna have 3-5 minutes to get all of our ducks in a row, or do we have to immediately get in birds and go?
I'll give you 5 minutes of grace period before I start looking for Lost Squad.
Okay, because me and Moss want to tell everybody what the idea is, and then we'll just go. It'll take a minute, maybe 2.
I'd estimate it's going to be about 45 minutes to an hour before I start trying to murder the Lost Squad, so that should give you plenty of time.
Okay, yeah, we won't need that long, obviously. We're not going to be back at base for 45 minutes. All right, guys, here's how to play Arma.
All right. Last question from anyone?
Who is eating their microphone?
Okay, cool. So, here's the deal. When I hit the continue button, please do not move. When I state in side chat you can move around, feel free to. It's just, a 30 to 60 second thing, so I make sure that the server doesn't start desyncing and we fall flat on our face before we can even begin. Good luck, have fun, and thank you for coming. Oh, and when we get in the debrief, I have the exit poll ready. If you left early, just DM me on Discord. I'll send it to you. Good luck. Why'd my neck just snap?
Let's do this.
Yeah, we've got a couple dead already. Jesus.
That's worrisome.
Don't move.
Just take your hands off now.
I can see the
Not even photographer. Stop.
Yeah, stop.
That man is dead.
Alright, everything looks good. So I'm eating a sandwich right now.
What is our SR mod? I think it's 60. What is it?
Where you were until you told.
Yeah, what is our short range mod?
I'm carrying blood, Hog.
Grad, if
Alright.
you're comfortable being so, I'm going to have you as my 2IC.
Real quick, guys.
Just so you know.
Here's your medical resupply. Here's your ammo resupply. This is one of the OG boxes I had before I diversified everything. If you somehow go through all this ammo, maybe the M60 gunner will go through all of that, but I doubt it. And you have a very favorable position here, so.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look around in a moment. It's looking good. Grad, are you comfortable being my 2IC? I believe you
So
said
otherwise,
sure, then
yeah.
you're going to be in charge of the team, and I'm going to have you leading out
Good luck.
Rifleman Nathan and Zero. I'm going to make you yellow, and those boys...
This is high on 5-0. I didn't copy any of that, so I hope your stuff's
Copy
working.
on 5-0, boss.
Roger. You're free to go whenever. Good luck. Out.
Delta LR check. Copy Delta. Delta, can you tell the other squad leaders to come meet me and Moss? We're about to get run by overhead.
Everything looks good. Alright, so while I'm eating my breakfast, and Bugwing made this for me, which I am so appreciative of her for. Let me go through the list here. I'll thank Uber Pyro again for the 4-month resub. Skeeches, thanks for the 33-month resub. Mr. Maybe, thanks for the 10-month resub. J3T, thanks for the 6-month resub. And Jason Stalker, thanks for gifting out a gift sub. And it went to Comic Fam. I hope you all keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And I guess, yeah, right now it would technically be brunch. It's a nice breakfast sandwich. Thank you, dear.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
So this is about a 65-person event. I think we have a full server. Woo. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm fine. Just breakfast trying to kill me, that's all.
Send in go team 6 now. LCA playa yaya.
No. I patched that. Yeah, I patched that. I know why. It didn't patch the other settings. I know why. God damn it.
This is ground command to Charlie.
This is Charlie, go ahead.
Just make sure you're on that ground command to Bravo.
Grab grab a toolkit.
Ground command to Alpha.
Grab a toolkit from that, and then you'll be able to. That's my bad. God, I'm annoyed with myself. I made that mistake multiple freaking times. You have the ability to now, right?
Yes, I'm just fixing it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna double check the ammo is good, then I'll be moving out.
Huh? Yeah, you can pick all these up. Yeah, I fixed it. That's why we test, right? Ah, I'm an idiot. Oh well, it's a quick fix. Alright. Also, Broadshore, how was the Christmas op? I'm sorry that I missed it. Also, Cobalt Cat, thank you so much for the resub, my man. Cobalt Cat is one of the oldest players that have been with me for a while. And he has been subbed for a year. Nice. Hope you enjoy the Lance Corporal badge. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
Bravo 50 check. Good check 50.
I forgot to tell everyone about the reinsert call box, but that's fine.
This is Delta Command. Delta has been briefed. We're ready to go.
Ground command Delta, copy last. Go ahead and grab with Moss. He's going to take you up in the birds, and you're free and clear when he is. Paper.
Command Charlie. Charlie's ready to roll.
Ground command to Charlie Delta. One of the choppers is going to be here. I think it's the one that's currently landing. Go ahead and fall in on that one with Moss in RTO. How copy,
right.
Charlie Delta?
Copy, moving out.
Yeah, no, just...
What is going on with these guys?
I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna put you guys in your positions momentarily, and I'll do that little speech.
Just gonna have to make sure I keep toggling these settings.
Command, we're taking the helicopter with Sassaronian, correct?
Ground command to last send again. You kind of cut off.
We're taking the helicopter with Sassaran, right? Sorry, words got jumbled up.
As far as I'm aware, yes. If the pilots change it, let me know. They're just kind of flying around and not telling me anything, so we're just playing it by ear.
Gotcha.
Why are you guys already aggroed? Because they saw me. Alright. I might have seen that copy paste, but that's fine.
Okay, sectors are as follows.
We got a few bodies there. I'm not going to delete them because it actually adds to the ambience. We've got a few people that I've already been noticing. They've just been... dropped like crazy, but that's okay. Now, there's a few things I want to test real quick while I have everyone on the server before combat even
Alpha
starts.
to ground, we are ready to go whenever.
Copy last.
We're not going to ever spawn that full rifle platoon. That's just way too much, you know?
Lost squad checking in. We've taken contact. Lost squad is taking
Bravo to
contact.
ground, are you okay? You're coming in one by one.
Yes. Oh my god, what was that? That wasn't lag, that was just his mic screwing up or something. Oh, there goes his internet.
All choppers are loaded with Delta Charlie and the RTOs. We're clear to go.
It's pretty funny.
Be advised, this is Alpha. Ground has DC'd. So, Bravo to 2IC, same plan.
This is why I made sure everything had a co-pilot.
Good luck, boss. You're in charge now.
Yeah.
Suspected guy.
Whoever's hot marking 0, please quit. Hey, Buzz, what's our freak? There we go.
Alright, well, the op is live. I'm hoping 2IC steps up to have everything go, because right now we're just going to start trickling everything in. Slowly making this harder and harder. Let's see. But otherwise, yep, you know, full 65 players. It'll just take them a second to get everything in. Whether screwing with their radio signal, yeah, right? Y'all rocking with furries? Yeah, Pog is the command team, so it's kind of funny to see that going. But I was a little worried about Patchwork commanding, but he's got a strong 2IC to take up the slack in case he crashes, and yeah, he already crashed, which is a little... I think he crashed when I spawned that squad in, which is a little worrisome. But hey, you know, it happens. So I'm just going to set up a few guys with various things. Make their LZ a little hot, but, you know, not too much. Just a few guys down. So they're still kind of out and about. To IC, this is hi, send message. Scratch that ground to IC, this is hi, send message over.
This 2IC? What?
I'd recommend you start getting your forces deployed. We can't afford to wait for ground command to come back, and the timer's already started.
Affirmative.
It's that elephant grass, man.
Phantom 1-1 to ground forces. Can you tell your men to clear the runway for taxiing jets?
We're just gonna keep these guys constantly harassed, and I'll occasionally delete bodies. Alright, now we're starting to see them deploy here. Jets are starting to taxi. So yeah, this was a base up here. I just decided to instead make that burnt out hilltop. And now the mission can officially begin. So thank you all for joining me. Hope you enjoy this scenario. I hope to see a lot of crazy stuff go down, but frames-wise, we're pretty good right now. That'll change soon, but I'm happy with how the frames are going right now.
Delta Charlie.
And like that, the war begins. So this is LZ X-ray. This is where we're going to see a majority of the fighting. They're playing music up there. So yellow represents enemy tracers, red are the US's tracers. So this is about half the force deployed right now. There's going to be another half still coming in. As you can see, they're still on the runway back here. That's to represent the fact that they could only deploy so many forces at a given time to the LZ. So I wanted to reflect that a little bit in this scenario, but not too much, because I didn't want a player to wait like an hour at base to get deployed. Now you're seeing Willie Pete starting to get dropped on. That's from the RTO calling strikes in. Now we're gonna increase the pressure on these guys a little bit. I'm gonna start sending a lot of stuff their way. We'll see how well they can handle it. But the main fight started. Ooh, that would have been the wrong button to click. I want to maintain about a 20 to 30 frame count for this scenario. That's the best we're going to be able to get here. But this is the MCO, 65 player. None of the music we're playing on the stream or from the helicopters is copyrighted, though. SOG did all their own music, which is really nice.
All right, Bravo, you're up next. Bravo copy is loading up.
They're doing a rocket strike now on that hill where VC's coming down on them from. We're having plenty of forces up here on the hill. I'm going to put some patrol squads up here. I just completely blanked on how to do patrols. Whoops. Have them crawl on that hill.
Ground Bravo, first half of Bravo loaded. Can you ask your pilot where the hell the rest of the air cap?
No, there's not going to be any monsoon. I got to be careful with some of the infantry because they might freak out with the Hueys and go defend only and run away. Wow, this guy immediately under fire. But yeah, a lot of this is going to be, you know, hunkering down in craters and going nuts. It's very exciting here. Really happy with how this is going to go down. I just got to make sure that these guys don't get entirely wiped in the beginning. You have a few bodies. That's just from people that were respawning.
Hey, what are you doing?
And they're still striking at that position. Which is pretty nice.
Direction? Which direction are you coming from?
Ground, this is high. Message over.
Go for ground.
You might want to have your Hueys focus on getting the rest of your troops in instead of all of them focusing on CAS assignment right now. Over.
Copy last. They're not talking to me at all. Stand by, boss.
That's the job for your RTO, though. Over.
I am aware, sir. Stand by.
Yep, so another thing set to defend only.
Delta to ground. I remember hearing conversation about a frequency 5.5 on LR for JTACing, if you know what I mean.
Copy last. This is...
That was on the document.
Delta. Can you find my RTO and tell him to yell at the pilots to get their happy asses back here, please, and thank you.
RTO's in fusion.
Copy last, sir.
Ooh,
Please
napalm.
tell him to tell the pilots to come pick up the rest of the platoon, thank you.
Will do.
Alright, now we're going to start doing heavy pushes from a single direction. Any bodies that are killed off in the distance, I'll be quick to delete. Probably going to get rid of those patrols up there. Alright, now Hueys are starting to fold back. Granted, I don't mind them, you know, doing all that after the entire player base is deployed, but while all the Hueys are up there, no one's funneling in the additional guys, so they're all just kind of waiting at base. So again, I don't mind that. You know, it's historical for it, but they need to focus on just getting everyone to the AO first, and then they can go nuts, you know what I mean? So I'm spawning units in groups of 6 because when you spawn in too many units at once, it gets a little messy.
Company reads.
Company lost squad's getting fucked out here. They're within 50 now. What's the ETA?
Stand by. The pilots have delayed things because I don't know what the hell's happening, but we'll be in or out momentarily. Hold your.
You got boots on the ground?
We're trying to get the rest of the platoon there so we can get you out of there, Chief. Just stand.
Copy out.
Oh, Matt, there's a machine gunner right there.
Contact danger close southwest.
Start popping grenades.
Ground just to Bravo, heading out to LZ X-ray.
Copy last.
I found him. Great grenadier strike. Alright. So I can just toggle through what I want to use. I can set up some dishkas as they start moving as well. And I'm going to delete bodies one at a time here. Because you don't want to delete them in groups. Because otherwise you can lag the server.
Team are loading up.
Great grenadier strikes, though. That's pretty much wiped that entire area.
You guys see any more targets?
Yes, this is based off of We Were Soldiers. So here's the deal. When I do ops like these, it's really hard to get everything right because I'd have to find an AO that's atomically correct, and there is one that exists in the Unsun mod, but I don't want to utilize that one because it's a really old map and it uses a lot of older processes from graphics cards, so it actually is a really laggy, not a really laggy map, but it's prone to crashing a lot of people. So instead I talked with the SOG devs, mainly Eggbeast, who's the project lead, and he recommended this area, and then I struggled to come up with an idea for what we should specifically do, so I decided let's do the X-ray, LZ X-ray hold. Let's do a scenario where we rescue the quote-unquote lost platoon, which is just this group.
Bravo 2, Charlie Delta. Lost squad's here. I copy.
Lost squad, this is Phantom 1. We saw red smoke, I believe, near your position.
So, you know, from that I decided to take those elements and then
do you need a cast
things
there?
come in.
We'll call for cast when we need it on radio. Over.
Affirm. Good luck.
So, when I do MCOs, I don't always go for like 100% historical accuracy. I just go for what can I make a good op for the amount of players I have, for the you know, the map, so that I can find to make things work. So that's what we settled on that for. Also, funny enough, there's another channel I've been looking into recently that I have based a few ops in the past on. It's called the Operations Room. I found out like yesterday or the day before they actually put something up for IA Drawn. So I'm going to give that a look after. And I know Devour King is working on a similar type of op on Wednesday. So I might actually bring a few TSB guys over for that if there's nothing else in the way.
Their helicopter is having some trouble getting up. Oh, never mind. Copy. We're disregard that.
They're having some trouble getting it up, I see. All right.
Ground command to all units. Once we get to X-ray, we're gonna form up. And we're
so I found that kind of funny that came out as you know, we started this up.
We're getting there, boys. Delta copies.
Delta copies.
But this AO has been prepped for the past like 3 weeks. Oh, I just headshotted that dude. Oh gosh, I hit him too.
Phantom, this is Lost Squad. How would you
airstrikes
be called in? This is the right net?
I just hit 3 people. I'm just gonna whoops. TSB. I don't know where he's from. That's pretty funny. Ah, they're red smoking. Oh dear. Yeah, they got red smoke down on the ground. I think they're trying to call for something to come help them. Whew, triple kill. Yeah, right. How you doing, Audrey? Thanks for the 33-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. But in the exit poll, I will have a poll for these guys to vote on the next MCO, and one of the things they can do is an encore of this operation. So if they liked it, we can do it again. Pretty soon I'm going to start getting the RPGs out.
Squad again reporting on long range. Anyone calling in for air right now? Any air on net?
Phantom 1 on net.
Phantom 1, are you on station for CAS in the area of operation? Yes, no? Over.
Affirm, over.
Phantom 1, get ready for a strike southwest of Lost Squad. Our position is approximately marked. Over.
I'm going to wait for them to be finished, and I'll give them a message. Lost Squad, this is high. Message over. Lost Squad, this is high. Message over. Alright. I was just making sure you could go on 5-5. Another airstrike in that region. Phantom 1, this is high. Message over.
This is Phantom 1, go ahead.
When Lost Squad gets in comms with you again, just give him a reminder that if you want air, it's going to be better if he goes on 5-5 for that. Over.
Understood.
Alpha is on deck.
It was in... We always use 5-5 and MCOs for air assets, so... This is high. Send message ground.
Just as a double check, when I was being reinserted, the pilots were telling me there's a confusion on net between air-to-air and air-to-ground. Are those listed on the dock, right?
They were listed on the dock. Break. Ground-to-air should be 5-5, and then whatever air-to-air is should have been listed on that dock. Over. Oh god, they way... Oh no, not the village! Not the village!
Seems to be a mix-up on comms. I'll try to get it situated. Over.
Well, it wouldn't be a Vietnam operation without a little bit of war crimes, guys. It wouldn't be a Vietnam Arma 3 op without at least one village burning to napalm that wasn't supposed to be hit. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Ground command, all units listen up, tasking.
Well.
Alrighty, boys. So we're gonna have Alpha and Bravo each.
Great napalm strike there, though.
From X-way towards Lost Squad. How copy, Alpha Bravo? Alpha copy. When you guys move,
great red smoke there. We just need to see an airstrike.
I'm gonna leave that up to your squads how you want to move. I don't need to babysit you. You're smart, and I believe in you. Charlie, you're gonna be in the middle. Delta, you're gonna be pulling rear guard. How copy, Charlie Delta?
Charlie copies.
Yeah, why the village, right?
Bravo, we're gonna start heading north at this time. We'll go first if you guys want to cover. Bravo copies, shifting north side.
Ground, this is high. Message over.
Go ahead, sir.
Tell your RTO to relay to the planes that, based off of the strikes I've been seeing so far, I think they're going to be fine for napalm. So we don't have to have that limitation on. They can take whatever they want in terms of napalm bombs. Over.
Copy last. Thank you, sir.
Oh, baby. Ha 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 ha, baby.
Alpha Bravo, we're to the direct the crater.
Alright, we're going to start getting the RPGs out. Because some of those Hueys are getting mighty comfortable hovering there.
Step off on your cube.
Bravo down. Go ahead. Step
off when you're my god.
Good copy. Alpha's moving now.
Command to Bravo Charlie, we're going to be following Alpha's rear. Delta, don't move. I'll give you signs. Delta, just stay back up in the craters and give us cover with your big gun.
Delta copies.
I see a red door, and I want to paint it black, baby.
Say again?
Frames, though, have been very, very good for this, which I'm really happy about.
Check now. Alpha set, we're covering to your front. Just beware of the elephant grass. Go ahead and move up, Bravo. Send again for Bravo. Alpha is.
I'm happy about this. I'm happy this is how well it's going right now. You know what I mean? It could have gone a lot worse. I did so much in terms of test ops with this one. I did everything that I could, and it's paying off, thankfully, which I'm absolutely stoked for. So we're gonna have a really cool operation for the next few hours, and hopefully Armo won't kick me in the balls and make something bad happen last second. Hopefully. All right, so there's Risa. That's a medical resupply coming down. That was perfect.
Delta, go ahead and pack up and come in behind us. We've gotten pretty far in the stretch now.
Ah, man, I'm happy. Like, I'm just so happy that this has come out correct. You know what I mean? Like, there's again so many ways this could have gone wrong, but everything's so smooth right now. I got all the AI down.
Ground Commander Charlie, we're gonna go ahead and attach behind you, but we'll follow your point.
Copy.
What?
Right, Delta to command. Delta is green on ammo.
Copy last, green on ammo. Go ahead and pack up and follow behind Charlie.
Alright, perfect.
What happened to him?
I've asked you a little bit. We set up a little.
He rearmed the plane and he's dead. He rearmed the plane and he's dead. Huh? Okay. Oh my god. Alright. Not what I was expecting, but you know. Alright, you good? I mean, it looks like it's rearmed though. Are we good? Alright.
In front, do not move.
He must have been the one that napalmed the village, yeah, right? That was just irony. No, karma. That was karma getting him for that one. Alright, these guys are pulling back. I'll go ahead and delete them. But yeah, I've put so much attention to making sure everything's working properly, and I'm just happy to see that all pay off, you know?
Ground Command Hall, again, please do not move. Arc light inbound right now.
Oh god. That's gonna take a minute to come down, but...
Charlie Bravo holding.
Charlie reporting contacts very close to the northwest.
Alpha reporting contacts northeast in the trees.
Where's that arc light gonna come down?
Delta to Charlie, where are you guys at? Are you guys just down the road?
We're to like the left of everyone.
Hey, firm, we're supposed to be following in behind you, so it's just wondering where you are.
We're basically right next to Command and the back of Bravo to the left.
Hey, firm, copy that, Delta.
So I gave Infusion, who's the player controlling the both the air assets and the AI-based artillery and the arc light system for B-52 carpet bombs, also known as Rolling Thunder. I changed the picture of arc light in the fire support module system from the vanilla one to a Doge with an explosion going on behind him. Oh my god. Oh, these guys are okay. Oh, that was right in front of them.
Command to Alpha Bravo.
My god.
Down, you can go and pick her up again. We'll be right behind you.
Look at that.
Good copy. Alpha's holding Bravo if you guys want to move. Bravo copy's pushing up. Alright, pushing up.
But I changed, yeah, to a Doge with an explosion in the background because I was told he liked Doges. So I'm like, alright, bet. Let me do a little small thing for him. So he can get a kick out of using that.
More contacts northwest.
Charlie's moving, folks.
Oh, man. Good thing they told him to stop, otherwise they probably would have maneuvered right into that thing. Like, goddamn. Big infantry push coming up. These guys might not be ready for it.
Ground command Delta. Ground command Delta. Delta, are you packed up and moving?
We are moving down the road now.
Copy, lads. I couldn't find you. I was just making sure everybody's moving.
Very perfect.
Just to screw with them a little bit.
Ground command to all units, be advised. If your
Yeah.
positions get out of whack, that's fine. We need to be moving Alpha, Bravo, Delta, Charlie, but
Yeah,
as long
sure.
as Alpha's ahead of you, you are fine. Find cover and keep moving.
Ooh, great grenade throws here.
Ground command to Alpha, if we need to stop, let us know. You're on point. Bravo, you're a little bit ahead of us. Let us know if you need to stop. Yep, we'll do Alpha.
They got the medic staying down here in the little puddle. Ooh, they threw a Willie Pete. Those things do AoE over time, and they're really, really nasty. Yeah.
Sorry to bother you again, but myself and King of Kings are having a problem with earplugs. They are pretty much ineffective. We still go deaf after about 5 seconds.
There's nothing I can do right here to fix that, unfortunately, then. You're gonna have to deal with it. Both the ops and the test pilots never reported that to me, so otherwise I would have removed Ace hearing, but yeah, there's nothing I can do with that, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say. Sorry. That was a failure on the test pilots then. Sorry.
Yeah, we kind of figured that in.
Yeah. Alpha's gonna begin moving.
That's unfortunate, but hey, now I know if we ever want to do another Vietnam op that that's a thing, but that was up for the test pilots to report that to me, and I never was told, so that's a shame. It's bypassing Ace hearing even with the earplugs, so... Oh well, you know?
Ground Bravo is contacts northwest, hillside. Yeah, I was trying to call you on SR. I'm with Delta right now. I need a medic if you can keep them down.
Look at all these chuckleheads around this one crater. Alright, I'm gonna bump it up to noon.
Alpha currently sweeping the tree line to the northeast.
Oh, look at that. Danger close, but effective. Just gotta worry about CQC now.
Alpha, are we moving or are we sticking? If so, why are we sticking?
Headshotted.
This is Alpha, we're sweeping the trees to the northeast. We just took a grenade, stand by. We're gonna hold, we need to do some medic. Copy.
Oh, Will tries to come up to assist. Grad with his handgun doing work. Keep that on ×8 for now. Let me do a bit more cleanup here. We can see the bodies piling. Canadian Bean is out here soloed on the ground. That's interesting.
This is Alpha. We got more VC walking up on our position. We might need some help here. Copy last. Ground Commander Charlie.
That is such bad grenade bait.
Alpha's to northeast, correct?
Alpha, are you northeast? That is a firm.
Alright, I'll get on my guy. Alright, Alpha, we're moving up to you.
Now, I gotta wonder here.
Alpha, POS has been updated.
Yeah, medical-wise, they're fine. All right.
This is Ground Commander Bravo. Go for Bravo. I'm gonna go ahead and have Charlie help Alpha get back on their feet. Bravo, you're gonna be our new pusher.
All right, cool.
Good copy. We'll push up online with Alpha then.
There's a lot more coming.
This is Ground Command to Delta. Go ahead and push up behind Bravo. Give them cover.
Affirm, Delta push.
This is Alpha. We're getting ourselves situated again. We're gonna be ready to move shortly. Copy.
This is enough infantry to swarm them, so I'm gonna back them off a little bit. Because they need to lick their wounds a second. These guys, for whatever reason, got pinned. They're not even at the halfway point, which is illustrated by that road. So I don't know what that slowdown was, but it might cost them. See that one shooter right there? Yeah, Devour. So turn off Ace hearing. Turn off Ace overheating too. That was a big one I know I already turned off. But I'll debrief with you for your later. Are they finally coming in to pick him up? Because he's been out there as a pilot for like a long while.
Alpha's up again. We're continuing north.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no! It wouldn't be a Vietnam off without a friendly fire airstrike. Oh! And there's the napalm. Oh, so we've had a village get bombed that wasn't supposed to get bombed. We've had friendlies get bombed that weren't supposed to get bombed. Oh, joy, oh, joy. There's also only 7 of them. I think one of them might have actually died. Oh, they're getting overwhelmed. How's the main force? They've split up into 2 groups. You got one down here getting their butts kicked because explosions are kicking their ass. Then you got this other group up here pushing. Oh, heavy casualties on this left flank. I am not hearing anything on 5-0. All right, they're calling the strikes off. I'll give them a second to breathe if they can survive that.
I don't know which group I'm from, Lexi Squad, but we hit a big bomb and most of us are down. It's a bit of a mess out there.
Is Cheeto unconscious in there? No, he's...
Alpha, this is Alpha. We copy.
That was, yeah, command got killed in that. Ouch. Oh dear.
Wait, I'm trying to survive. Yeah, this is Bravo.
Any air sign on this net, this is high. We will have a lot of reinserts back at base, just letting you know. Break. Ground command was one of the teams that was hit, so I'm making this call instead of them. Over.
Understood.
Taxi cab is on the way, RTB. Look them up.
I forgot, yeah, I do have these
Copy
hotkeys.
that last. This is ground command to all units. Go ahead and hold pause. Mass cast. A lot of us died and a lot of us are bleeding out. All units, go ahead and group up. And
I don't know why they separate in two large
with
sections. They
reinserts.
should have just done a
Copy all.
platoon battle line, but
Charlie copy.
they instead opted to go into two large groups, and one of those groups got grenaded to death, so
Ground, would you like Alpha or Charlie?
I'm not surprised with that, you know?
All units assist each other. Half of Charlie's just fucking gone and the other squads are down. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie all pull into each other. Form a perimeter. I'll push up with reinserts.
Also, I got it so you can see some of the tracers going as well.
Yeah, acknowledge. Bravo, link up with Alpha. Like, you're right off the road. Where are you at, Alpha? Talk to me.
Alpha, this is Alpha. We are at our marker right now.
Alright, bodies behind them, we can go ahead and delete.
Acknowledge, yeah. We'll get off this middle road. It's an obvious death trap. Never walk in the tall grass, guys.
Good copy. If you are able to get to us, we can give you some assistance or we can meet you halfway.
Copy. As far as I know, it's only me.
Gotcha.
I can't see him still. Yeah, I'm sorry, Zero.
They're doing their best.
Hang on, maybe if I go to your port.
Oh, we have a chopper down! How did that happen? That's not good. Could have been anything. I didn't see any obvious indicators, so he might have just got unfortunately hit.
Command, this is Law Squad. If I don't get some kind of ETA soon, can we leave? Over.
This is ground command to all units. Just wait for your reinserts to get up to you and then we can pick up and keep moving. Ground command to Alpha.
Alpha copies.
Go ahead, Alpha. When Moss gets there, at the very least, and most of the
I'm gonna set up blocking
there,
forces.
Pick up and move. I will shuttle any stragglers towards your rear. I'll copy.
This is Alpha. Please repeat. Stand by. Let me get somewhere a little bit more quiet.
Stolen an RPD.
Say one more time, Command.
Ground command to Alpha. When the reinserts get there and when Moss gets there, go ahead and pick up and move. I will grab any stragglers to cover your rear. I'll copy.
Good copy. Be advised, we have one surviving member of Bravo with us.
Copy, lads.
So that's one of the SOG
We are
devs.
using voodoo magic. Our chopper is currently frozen in the air. We are not moving.
Good copy.
Command Charlie.
Go ahead, Charlie.
What the heck happened there?
We could try and move
I think they're
forward and
desyncing,
secure
that's
better
why.
times for landing.
I'm gonna leave the push to Alpha.
Copy.
Yeah, he's back. He's got the wrong pylons, but I'm hoping he'll go out and
Ground
fix them.
command to Alpha. Do you want Charlie to push instead since they're bigger strength?
Say again last.
Yeah, no, I think he's just desyncing. I'm not seeing any other unit desyncing like that, so that is him.
Cut off.
I don't know why. But that means his individual connection's lagging.
This is 2I6.
Go ahead.
Man, it's happened to King of Kings, too.
Not command to high command.
This is high, send message.
Be advised, I'm stuck inside of the bird. Can I get teleported out of it?
I don't think you can. It's his individual connection that's desyncing, not the entire server, so there's nothing I can do to teleport you out. Over.
Copy, lad.
Yeah, they didn't have good internet in Nam, so just deal with it.
They didn't get internet in Vietnam, that's why. So Whiplash was one of the guys that died. He got reinserted.
Ground command to 2IC, go ahead, send that.
Dirty Snape, master of banter, and smart ass. I love it. Alright, we're having these guys directly push. I gotta wonder how much they have left, you know?
All elements in field, reinserts are pushing on your rear.
Hey, firm. Alpha will hold, and then we'll be ready to move out.
Acknowledged. Are you gonna land right next to us? You can probably do that, just
I've been a little light on the VC because they're a bit behind schedule. Let's see, it's about, yeah, we're at the hour mark. These guys were supposed to have been rescued by now, so. The op is just taking its sweet time. I'm thinking when we get to around the halfway point, I'll have a, you know, a large counterattack come in of some sort.
Hey, whoever that Huey is hovering directly above the road, like that's where Alpha is. I mean, that's where Bravo got wiped. I wouldn't recommend landing there.
This is ground command to all units. Air's not on the net, but up past the RTO.
acknowledged.
Oh, that's very close.
Probably land south of the Alpha mark. That's more safer. The road is a death trap for the helis.
This is ground command to all units. No reinserts are being done in the valley. I don't know what the helicopter's doing. We're on foot on your rear.
Alright, I'm gonna have a group kind of flank around on the rear here.
Acknowledged. The heli doesn't move. I think it's a PAVN agent.
Ground command to Alpha, what is platoon status?
Unknown at this time. We're waiting on the
That is purely Canadian Beans internet.
Are you at full strength, half strength, waiting on reinserts?
Bravo, Alpha is good to go.
He has
We can
ascended.
move whenever is needed at this time.
Bravo's going strong.
Ground command to Bravo, what's your status again?
I'm 1 strong after getting all my men blown out. I don't know how long it takes to reinserts. I assume they're right next to you.
Copy last, Delta, what's your status?
Delta is pushing off, well, Delta reinserts pushing off. Delta should, the rest of the squad should be
Oh, man. Better General Payne than General Sao.
Hold, Alpha Charlie push will be on your
Yes,
rear,
this
and
is
I'll
the
get everybody
MCO.
sorted.
Delta comes.
They've been a little slow, but
Heading north.
it's because they tried to put a large force up the main road and got grenaded to death. At least the Lost Squad here is doing their best, but I think they're 1 man down. Yeah, they're down to 7.
Hey, Bravo,
There's
actually,
Canadian
just
Bean again.
landed.
His internet is just, oh my god. It's hilarious.
Ground command.
But yeah, no, there hasn't really been any desync. I haven't seen the frames drop below 20. Everything's A-okay. For the most part. We're just waiting to see these guys move again. Now that was a little lag spike. That was because I was spawning 4 squads at once, so I'm going to keep it to the individual level.
So let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Those reinserts have almost gotten up there, which is good. But yeah, comms have been a little on the quiet side. Oh, man.
Bravo, Mark.
Ground command to Bravo.
Just the view from their POV.
When you're back up to full strength, let me know on radio and then push on your own time. Yep, will do. Ground command to Delta.
Yeah, they're not responding, that's why. But I appreciate that little Halo reference. Alright. So they're focusing on killing some VC that are moving up to that LZ. Alright, I'm a little worried. I am starting to see a little bit of desync here and there on the actual infantry, but for the most part, it still seems to be rather smooth. At least they're getting in the valley, and they're going to see the tracer fire going for the
stepping off now.
friendly forces there.
Command, this is Alpha. We are currently on our new marker, overwatching the valley there.
Yeah, definitely one group of 6 at a time. That's that'll balance it out.
Do you want helicopters on that?
If they are free, we will take some fire, any kind of air support.
Copy last.
Hey, what up? Pain. Okay,
I mean, look at all the people that died on this road. Like, damn. I think it was just a few grenades that an AI threw, because I didn't do it. I try not to deliberately mass cast the players. I leave that to the AI. You got some nasty jungle fighting up here. Canadian being given some great evasive maneuvers. Yeah, definitely. Fire's coming in heavy, and they're still maneuvering up the road, even though they got their butts kicked. Not sure if that's the best call they could make there, but I'm trying. Got a Huey up here trying to give some fire support. They're firing at friendlies. That is a friendly strike. Oh my gosh. Blue on blue, Huey. Blue on blue. Wave them off. Wave them off. This is why you need to do proper communication. Oh my gosh! Oh my god! No! No! No!
Ground, Bravo.
Oh my god!
Go for Bravo.
Give a fucking type control out for your RTO. Where friendlies are at green smoke for the aircraft, tell them to do not hit the trees around the open field. Like, just hit the open field only. We're always at the edge of that.
Ground command to land.
Oh my god!
The RTO told them that it was a fuck up on air.
Acknowledged.
Oh my god!
Ground command to all squad leaders, one at a time, Alpha to Delta. Give me a status, please.
Holy
This is
crap!
Bravo, I'll speak for Alpha. The fucking squad leader's dead. I think there's about 6 alive. Bravo's still on his own. The stragglers are soon coming.
My god!
We're holding our mark.
Charlie, Delta, you up?
Delta's up.
Charlie's up. I think we got spared for most.
Friendly airstrike, friendly Huey. Neutral village napalmed. We're just hitting all the damn checkboxes today, aren't we? But it looks like Canadian Bean's internet has stabilized.
Funny guns, Charlie. You're going to be running main medical with me and my medic.
My god.
Say again, it's kind of loud here.
Charlie, you're going to be on medical perms. Delta, give us 360, please.
Copy.
This is just the true
Bravo,
Vietnam
Bravo.
experience at this rate. Like, holy crap. Ground, this is high. We have reinserts back at base. I say again, reinserts back at base. Over. Normally they should be doing that in the call box, but I'm just trying to be nice about it because most of the deaths have been either to stupidity or friendly fire.
Mark at the moment to go rescue Alpha.
Yeah, the Lost Squad's still here kicking butt, but
Hey, this is Taxi Cab on 50. Any of you guys seen the JTAC?
This is Bravo. We
Chemical
assume,
grenades.
The RTO's alive? Unsure.
Which RTO are we looking for? Mine?
Ground. We're looking for your RTO, and JTAC's only
Jeez.
responding on 55 for the past like 10 minutes.
Air call sign, this is Bravo. I just need acknowledgement. We're all on the edge of the open field, just so you know, for friendlies.
Charlie reports contact seized. Position.
This is ground command to high command.
it says hi, send message.
I'm assuming you have access to 50. Can you tell the birds that my radio operator's just having some sort of wild technical function? He can't talk.
You can have your 2IC then get on 5-5. If he does control numpad 2, it'll automatically switch it, or he can switch it himself. Have your 2IC perform that duty, over.
Copy your last. Thank you, sir.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, the AI is still kicking ass at 2% accuracy, that's for sure. You got these two, Mox and Chabokas, have run way ahead. And you got Mac Merritt and Risen. I think Mac Merritt's one of the SOG devs. They're just pushing up ahead and trying to kick a lot of butt right now. Got a Vietnam PAVN counterattack up here. But for those of you that want to call me for my bluff,
That is VC in the trees east.
2%, 3%.
We are approximately at 1/3 strength. We're taking heavy contact from the northeast. We've linked up with Charlie and currently engaged.
Oh, man. This has been a messy one, that's for sure.
Bravo, actual Luxy, this is Snipe Theory.
Jeez, they cooked that hill.
Bravo. When are you coming back, dude? I have your fucking radio.
Yeah, we can hear that.
This is fucking ground command to all units. Let's not get LR mixed up. You are not. Someone needs to have an LR. Please
Oh
drop it.
my God.
I need a status going from Alpha to Delta. Go ahead, start with Alpha.
Alpha approximately 1/3 strength. Green on ammo, yellow on medical.
Copy last. Bravo.
Bravo Green regrouping at the moment. We're at Bravo Mark accurate at the moment, holding the crossroads.
Copy last. Charlie.
Give him a moment.
We'll come back to Charlie. Delta, how you doing?
Delta's with Bravo, we're good. Green.
You know, we just finished the first official hour of the op, and we hit all three, like...
We are currently awaiting
We've blown up a friendly, not a friendly, a neutral village. We've done 2 friendly airstrikes. We had a mass cast do a grenade, and we still have 2 hours to go for this puppy.
to come up and we'll follow them out.
Oh my God.
Delta copies.
Charlie, copy.
I'm really, really curious and concerned to see what'll happen over the next 2 hours.
Actually, Charlie needs to hold for a second. You got people down the new TV gun.
More napalm. The planes are not lessening up on the napalm, and I absolutely love it. a little fast on the spawns there.
We mixed up with something. Apologize.
Yeah, they're within about 500 meters of each other, too. They're chilling on that rear bunker. It's feeling a little framey, so I'm gonna start focusing on body deletion a little more. I think really it's just the AI slowing down because the air acid's starting to get closer in this zone. Oh, where's that going? Woohoo! Hear that red smoke. Air's been doing a really good job, though, for, I want to say, about 80% of their strikes, and at least 95, I would say, have been pretty accurate to where they've needed to go. Yeah, I know. We're not going to talk about what happened here, okay? Nothing happened. That's in Cambodia. Don't worry about it. Look, these men are tired. They want to be relieved. For the record, this village is fair game, and that village is fair game because they're in the AO, but yeah, comms over 5-0. There needs to be a lot more communication. We're just not hearing that. Looking back at base, they got a Huey back there. They're doing triple R. They got their napalm back in there. I think they realized they could just immediately turn around and just take off. That's what they're doing. Just quick in, quick out.
All right.
Reminds me of the super carrier we were building.
So
last
we
night.
got dropped off at the LZ quite forward of our position by about
Oh my
400
gosh,
meters.
he decides to
We're
do
going
medical
hold
right
this
next to
position
him.
Because there's more cover. I'm gonna have the rest of my squad link up with us, and then I will let you know when we're ready to move. Did you copy all that?
Break on that. All
Go home, GI. Go home.
Break. Correction. Arc light coming down south. All units hold pause.
Did I actually hit him with that? I did. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Can I get a heal? I kind of crawled out of a kilo and survived.
Go ahead.
Amazing.
Bravo requesting resupply 5.56 rifle ammo and 40 mil grenade. Copy that.
It's like, what happened to you? What, I was just politely asking him to go home. I didn't do anything mean. I wonder how Whale's feeling right now. I can only imagine.
Our current position on the map has been updated. We're just waiting for the rest of the squad to join us, and then I will be ready to move again.
All right, ground command to all units hold.
All right, let's start putting the rifle in. I haven't really been putting much pressure on air. I wish I could put a little more about this. Oh my god, they arc lighted their rear. What the hell? Lone is still alive, but they literally dropped arc light. That means these three guys were not expecting that one. Oh man.
Advised, Alpha is engaged with contacts to our northeast in the bamboo stalks.
They call it a resupply. Interesting. There's another napalm strike. Looks like it was a little in between. They got a little bit of one of those groups. Now you're seeing a rocket strike coming as well. It's an ammo supply pod.
Check on LR50.
Good check, good check, good check.
For illumination equipment. It's a little early for that.
This is ground command to Alpha. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to Alpha.
Oh, man. So I hope you guys have been doing exclamation point multi and seeing the on-the-ground POVs here. This is one active as hell AO. We're probably going to get around 15 to 20. Yeah, at the 20 mark. That's just to be expected with this type of AO, this level of detail, and how much AI I'm just throwing around.
Go for Alpha.
All right, I'm going to start getting the RPGs out.
Good copy, we're holding.
Ground command, oh, go ahead, Bravo.
Bravo's in position of the ammo box that was dropped off to our northeast. It's entirely useless. There's only flares. There's no 40 mil or ammo in it.
You're fucking kidding me. All right, stand by.
Did I spawn too much too quickly, or did Patman disconnecting just put the server in a... Hold on. I think it's a few people disconnecting, that's why. Sending the server in a bit of a desync tailspin. Let me see if I can stabilize her in time.
This is Phantom 1, copy that, holding on all outbreak.
This is ground command to all your assets. Be advised, RTO is AFK. Ground command's going to be temporary, direct on 55.
Get rid of all non-essential
No
stuff.
eyes on smoke, so regard for safety of ground crews.
Command, this is Lost.
Go ahead.
Lost is down to about third ammo. We're out of AR ammo. We've got about maybe 6 minutes left of gas here. Over.
Lost, we're right on your perimeter.
I think we're good.
Disregard last. We're right on your perimeter. We're about to get you.
Yeah, we're good. All right.
Just hold tight for like.
Lost copy command. Lost
I think it was just with 2 people.
This is
DC.
ground command to.
Ground, you cut off. Say again, over.
Ground command to any helicopter available. Can we get an actual resupply drop of munitions and not flares? How copy?
This is taxicab. Where do you need that?
Stand by. Tell you what, we're just gonna drop it on Lost.
Alright.
Because we're about to be on you. How copy?
Ground, this is Alpha coming.
Go ahead.
Be advised, one of my grenadiers has marked enemy positions to the northeast of Alpha Mark. If your helos can see that red smoke, they're cleared hot.
Copy last. Ground's gonna transition back to 50. RTO is back in AO.
Yeah, I think we're good. All right. Yeah, so fun fact, when you have 60 to 90 players on a server, if one person disconnects, it can actually start an entire desync chain, which is really, really deadly to the server as a whole. So you just got to be careful about that stuff. The friendlies have shown up. It took them 75 minutes from game start to get to the Lost platoon. That is way over The amount of time I actually thought it was gonna take. Oh, that's brilliant. Honestly, brilliant. Hey, Boo. What up? Oh, thank you.
Ground command to Delta.
Thanks, Boo. Yes, thank you so much for the sandwich, Boo. Oh, wow, we just had an enemy run right in the middle of friendly lines here.
Ground, good effect on target. Hold further engagement, though.
Can anybody hear ground command on LR?
That was a medical drop.
Alpha can hear.
Copy last, guys. The most competent, excuse me, not the most competent. If you believe your squad is the most well put together and full, go ahead and grab lock. Let's start doubling things.
Bravo to ground, we already have lost. Currently linked up, just retrieving a resupply crate that dropped near us.
Charlie's ground command. Ground command to all units. If you are not grabbing lost, go ahead and turn around. We're currently grabbing crates and making a little makeshift supply depot for our.
Oh, I would have hit that dude.
This is Delta to all forces. We are at the southern end of the Lost Squad location. We're going to hold security while Bravo goes and gets them.
Copy left.
Just under. All right, Lone came back. He is now under a lot of pressure. I don't want to spawn. I want to spawn stuff back here to push, but we can hold on that for the moment.
Ground command to
go for Bravo.
If you're with Lost, can you tell them to set up an alt on 50 so we can get them on ground comms? Also, if you are on air or you're around an RTO that's on air, tell them to switch back, please.
Good copy. None of my guys should be on 5-5, and I'll inform Lost of what you want.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Lost Squad is ready to roll.
Welcome, Lost. We're going to view up and head back.
Alpha to Lost, we have eyes on you. We can cover you whenever you're ready to move.
Ground command is Delta. Ground command is Delta.
This is Delta.
Are you still holding security? Are you green?
We are mostly green.
Okay, since you've set up, we're going to have you play rear guard like on the first advance, so we'll have you go last. Keep Charlie off our backs. My RTO is going to prioritize air calls on your queue. How copy?
Alright, I'm going to start exclusively doing dudes with RPGs, because look at what Air's doing, being super, super cheeky, which I don't mind, but
Lost Squad and just start pushing forward.
it's okay. We'll start spanking Air when they give us the opportunity.
Ground command.
Bravo 2, ground and JTAC. We have hostiles to the east of Bravo and Lost requesting airstrikes, marking with smoke at this time.
Ah, I want to go up and harass Chilt, but they're actually overwatching him.
Alright, copy last, Bravo. We're gonna get that down on you. Smoke, give me smoke color.
What about my copy?
Copy you too, baby.
Bravo copy, smoke out, call one tally.
I need the color to tell my RTO.
Good copy, red.
Copy.
Oh, that might be a little... Okay, good.
Ground command, Bravo, Lost, and Alpha. Keep your heads down. Drift King is coming in.
Good copies.
Command, this is Lost Squad emphasis. This position is somewhat defensible, but not very much so. Having been here an hour, I can tell you. Break. So it'd be very nice if we could GTF up. Over.
This is ground command to Alpha Bolas. Go ahead and pick up move. I'm going to reconnoiter with Charlie and we'll cover your rear. Delta's going to stay put and keep things off our base.
This is Delta. We had to shift slightly. We started taking RPG fire.
Copy last. Do you need to pull out?
No, we're mostly fine. We just had to move out of our little hole.
What about my copy? I love Whale. So really, I'm just on a mix of body deletion duty. Oh my god.
Go ahead, Delta.
I was going to say Delta map mark is still accurate.
Copy last. Charlie, hold your pause. I'm going to reconnoiter with you.
Yeah, they're falling back as of air.
Lost squad. I got reports from GI that we're leaving. Is that true?
Ground command to Lost Squad, yes. Whenever Alpha and Bravo are able to, they're going to pick you up and you guys are all going to march on their queue.
Q, great. Which direction?
South back to LZ X-ray. Just follow Alpha and Bravo. They'll keep you safe.
I think by the time they're going to get back is when it's going to start getting dark.
Lost squad copies out.
Bravo to Lost. We're stepping off south already. Just follow behind us.
Oh yeah, they should. I'm gonna give him this right.
Jeez, they have a...
I think he's moving.
They have a lot.
Ground command to Charlie.
This is Charlie, come in.
They got some of their Hueys. All their Hueys are off station right now for Triple R.
We're with the Lost and Bravo and Alpha.
All units hold pause. We're coming.
Ground command, this is Alpha. We have pushed slightly northeast of our...
All right, let's see if I can find a position and start putting RPGs on them.
Copy.
Whew. Yeah, no, there's probably going to be at least 1 or 2 more Maskaz incidents. But to what is what I'm curious to see. Oh, that might be it. Oh, I hit behind him. I just watched that rocket flow right over that dude's head.
Bravo to Lost.
Yeah, so I was actually debating that. Ooh, good kill. They killed me last second with that last round. So the Viet Cong would steal enemy radios. So when people would call colors on smoke, usually the pilot would tell ground what smoke color to utilize. But that would just, because the VC and then PAVN had the radios, they would pop the same color of smoke, and that would confuse the guys coming on the ground to pick up the medevacs or the infantry. So what they ended up doing was they'd have the ground units do it instead. They'd pop the smoke and then call the color up as they have visual contact with the Huey and do it that way, because otherwise the VC and PAVN would try to confuse them.
Alpha copies. When
The more
we
you know.
disengage, we'll head to the village. Currently engaged with targets upslope east of our position.
Illusion destruction. So I'm exclusively using groups of 6 because they render better. So these guys I'm actually going to remove from the AO because they're pulling out completely. But now I'm going to try to get some RPDs in.
This is Alpha to ground. Please have the helicopters cease fire. We're currently taking minigun fire. They're hitting us, not the targets to our east.
Ooh. Still having some friendly airstrikes.
Ground command to Delta Charlie. Status going from Charlie, then Delta.
I think Luxie's head bugged. Luxie, this is high. Are you on net? Over.
Go for Bravo.
Can you have someone cable tie you and on cable tie you're head bugged for me? And if you're head bugged for the Zeus, that means the AI will shoot at you. Over.
This is Alpha. We are currently doing some medical after a bit of a hairy situation.
That's
Our
weird.
position has been marked with green smoke.
Luxie, stand by. I'm gonna handle it. Stand by. Over. Wow. All right. I've never seen a head bug that bad.
So this is Bravo Team Lead to ground. What the fuck are we doing now?
Yeah, Charlie, we've been looking for you. We're trying to find you. We can all move. What's your pod?
We're with everyone on the billets.
Oh, fuck it. That would have been nice to know. Alright, we're all packing up and moving. Stand by.
He's still head bugged for me right there.
Bravo with tide. Do you just want me to back out and rejoin?
Yeah, A-firm. I'll teleport you right back on your pods. Thanks for that. Over.
A-firm, will do.
He can soft log and I can just teleport him back. It's just, I don't, for his sake, because then the AI are going to shoot at him back there. Oh, he didn't have to full on hard log, but that's okay. So have you noticed it's been slowly getting a little bit more darker? We're at about 4 o'clock now.
Since we have located Charlie, Alpha Bravo, status going from Alpha then Bravo.
Now, if I really want to get them moving, if they're still here for like another in-game hour, I will, I'm going to get a mortar out up here and start hitting them.
Alpha's all mediced up. You want us to head back to the village, yeah?
Yeah, Alpha, grab Lost Squad and push, Bravo with status.
Ooh, napalm.
Okay, we'll come back to Bravo. This is Ground Commander Charlie.
Bravo is currently holding, doing medical.
Copy last, go ahead and hold. Ground Commander Charlie.
Lost Squad, this is Alpha. We are directed to you. Are you able to get to us?
Lost Squad is on the village south.
You flew low for too many times there, Sin. I'm eventually gonna get you. Right in the tail.
Ground Commander lost. Ground Command to Lost Squad. Ground Command to Alpha.
This is Alpha.
Alright, well when you meet up with Lost Squad, just go ahead and let them know that I said grab them and start marking.
A-firm, we're currently engaged with hostiles to the southwest. There's a lot of open ground. We can't really move at this time.
Copy left, go ahead and hold, have arc light near hit it.
Good copy, that will be danger close to.
Ooh, great rocket strike there.
Negative on that, then we'll just have to
Oh god, followed by napalm. Look at all of those symbols changing.
That was a good effect on target from air. Hopefully there were no friendlies there.
Great strikes.
Bravo lead back on net.
I'll come back, Bravo.
It's so hard. I think it caused a little bit of desync, but it's stabilizing.
Command Lost is assembled with Bravo, Alpha, and I think Charlie. I think we're going to move over.
Yeah, Charlie, we're trying to get you to link up a tune so we can advance together.
GI, fuck off. I can feel that.
Bravo, Alpha, go ahead and advance with Lost. Charlie, you're on a...
Good copy.
Bravo
Alpha
copies,
will
moving.
begin moving south.
This is Lost, confirming we are headed to X-ray, correct? Lost copies out, on the move.
Oh, man. Now you got the full platoon moving again. Is Whale ringing a bell to get all of his guys going?
Ground Command to Delta.
This is Delta.
Are you packed up and moving, yes?
We're at the village.
My mark is accurate.
Welcome back. Alright, so Charlie and Platoon is going to be in a crater right in front of you. You guys have been pulling rear guard all off, so do you want to keep pulling rear guard or do you want to advance out of us?
Rear guard sounds fine.
Alright, so Charlie's going to advance in front of you. Good luck on rear guard. We're out.
Alright, perfect.
So their rear guard's taking point now because they were rear, but now for the other push, they're going to go out on point, which is nice, very nice.
Ground command to Delta, we're leaving our trenches. We have a medical box and a few supplies left in this hidey hole for us.
So I'm prepping a lot here
Ground
for
command.
them. I don't know where they're pulling back to. I don't want to spawn anything on X-ray just yet. It's 4 o'clock. I think timing-wise, this will actually fall in pretty well, so... Just got the squad slowly evacing from this area here. Hopefully be prepared for my next 506 stop. That's a low blow. For context, I played a 506 stop on the ground, I think 2 weeks ago. And I missed so many AT shots. I was so mad at myself. Like, easy AT shots, too.
Command, do you want to hold this for a bit so we can catch up?
It's not my night.
Charlie?
This is Charlie.
Is there any
Cool Breeze, I'd say look up a bunch of guides and see which type of streaming works for you if you want to do Shadow Play or OBS. Or OBS with Streamlabs. Because everything's a little different and every system is like an ARMA server. It all works completely differently, even though they're very, very similar mechanics, because that's just how technology works.
Well, I mean, are you kidding back there? Do you want us to wait you guys live up?
Ground command, Delta, you've given us enough clearance.
Have good internet, yeah, that's some good advice.
Hey, we're basically safe and we're going to run out of it. We're getting pushed hard.
Did my rear just get napalmed? The GI go home! GI go home! GI go home! Oh, wow. Right on Be Gone. I'm telling Be Gone to go home. Yeah, no, they're just outright retreating.
Alpha, I believe we have taken more friendly fire from air. We have marked our position with purple smoke.
But it is starting to get dark.
Bravo, this is Alpha. We have marked our current position on map. We're currently engaging targets. Drake, to our southeast. We are attempting to cover you, but we are dealing with a bit of a mass chasm.
I'm gonna try to encircle this remaining element.
Ground command to Charlie.
Say again?
Charlie, can you go ahead and move on that pod? Last unit, mark your position. Charlie, go ahead and help them for the mass chasm.
We should be able to manage.
You sure?
Yeah.
Ace healed. Just remember, low and slow, eventually I'll hit you.
Charlie, make sure they pick themselves up. I don't want to stay here because it's getting dark.
You know, we're getting people back up pretty quickly here.
Ground command, Staff Alpha.
Dead GI right there.
Ground command to Delta.
Was that a call for Delta?
Yep, Delta.
Alright, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna turn this down
Delta,
slightly.
be advised, you and Charlie are going to be battle buddies.
I'm gonna wait till about the 2:45 minute mark, and I'm gonna
be covering each other. So Delta, Charlie, keep an eye on each other as we advance.
Hey, firm. We're currently still pushing back from the village. We were getting pushed hard. We had to grab someone who was AFK, so we're still being a little slow.
Copy last. You need some of us to pull back and cover you. The birds are supposed to be covering your ass.
No, we should be fine. We're just being a little slow about it. We're going to start picking up the pace.
Ground Commander Sharp.
This is Alpha to ground. We dealt with our casualties. We are currently moving south again.
Ground Command to Alpha, be advised you and Bravo are going to be squad battle buddies. Keep a track of each other's squad. If one stops...
BJ, thanks for the 18-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
Ground Command to Alpha, can you hear me?
Hey, firm, we heard battle buddy part.
Understandable, it's a little fucky over here. Alright, so Alpha Bravo are going to be battle buddies if one squad stops.
Yeah, I don't think they realized just how close they were to getting encircled there.
Bravo copy.
Great napalm strike.
Bravo, I believe we're coming up on you guys from the north at this time.
Yeah, good copy. Alpha, just seeing all the yellow trades converging. That's probably us.
Ground Commander Charlie.
This Charlie, go ahead.
We're going to go ahead and hold and wait for Delta to catch up. That way they don't get stuck in the brush of the dark.
This is Delta to Command. Tell Air that to ignore any smoke south of us. We're just chucking everything we can to give us some cover because we're getting butt-fucked.
Copy last. Are you
Yeah,
sure
it's a
you don't
little
need us to
framey
double
right
back down
now. Anything that's getting stuck on the rear, I'm going to go ahead and delete. But it's also because there's smoke pushing here. I don't want to break them apart because that's just going to make the server more laggy with this many people on. Whew, good napalm use, though. But yeah, as they're pulling away, I'm going to make more of them disappear, you know, as they quote-unquote disengage. Ocean Man needs a TP to spam command, so I can find him on here.
Bravo to Alpha, we're almost back at X-ray.
Yeah, there's the napalm strike I was waiting for. So that realistically got a lot more kills than that, so... because I've been deleting them. Oh yeah, now frames are starting to stabilize, which is good.
Command, do you want us to...
Alright, going back here, let's do some of our... let's do some of the AT groups. Yeah, look at this big line of infantry.
I have some Delta guys up with Charlie.
Oh dear, more napalm.
Ground Commander Charlie.
Back out those two.
Weird conglomerate of troops from different squads. We're waiting to get them all meted and moving.
Okay, do you want us to wait for you?
Copy that.
Ground Bravo's arrived back at
So I'm just going to have a bunch of squads kind of infiltrate their line here.
Bravo, do you have Alpha and Lost with you?
Not too far behind us, I believe.
Someone just went down.
We're not about to crest the ridge. We should have eyes on LZ X-ray in a few moments.
Command, we're taking covering a little trench by the road. We'll wait for you guys. It gets too hairy.
Yeah, Charlie, go ahead.
Yeah, we're hearing flares now getting launched out.
Or at the very least, they haven't told us.
And we're about halfway through this MCO.
Ground Command to Delta and Charlie. We're going to have to start picking it up. So as soon as we're on Charlie, we need to book.
I get you. I get you.
So now we're going to start seeing the night attack. Uh-oh. Thank God it's short.
Ground Commander Charlie.
This is Charlie.
This is Alpha. We're being strafed by friendly air again. Please have them hold off.
I think they're mis-PID my, my AT as friendly air rocket strikes. Oh.
Command Charlie, we're back behind the log.
Yeah, this is ground command to Charlie. Delta and I are in the bush and we're fucking scattered.
Bravo, this is Alpha. We're approaching from your northwest. Where do you need us to fill?
Chemical grenade. Whew. Alright. Regular rifle squads.
Lock squad and hold perimeter.
That was arc light on their rear. Oh my gosh.
Bravo, lead back on net ground. Send again.
Literally the last bullet in his magazine gets him. Falcon is acting like a true 16-year-old GI that lied and said he was 18 just so he can go to Bangkok. But yeah, the VC are kind of stunted here because of the air asset use, which perfectly accurate. Another large airstrike. That might have been arc light glitching out from the 5-minute timer and being allowed to call in for a second strike. But here, just let's trace up the road. Turn on my light here too. Yeah, so they're cutting off to the left over here instead on this dirt path. Oh, I screwed that up. All right. Accidentally made them all friendly.
Command,
I was trying to drag them off.
Dropping flares direct on the road. We are so illuminated it hurts. Over.
Whoops. I was gonna break them apart to send them forward, but they were all immediately cut down anyway. All right, well, it's mostly dark, so I might as heck put it back on the time acceleration. Geez, you got a napalm hit all the way back here. Oh, of course, napalm's hitting a random village all the way in the back line that's no longer a threat. Ah, Vietnam.
This is Delta Squad, lead back on that.
Pat, why is command all the way back here? Oh my god.
This is Alpha. Besides Alpha Bravo, has anyone else made it back to LZX, right?
Half of Delta's there.
Good
Charlie and Launch Squad are coming up to it now.
Bravo, lead back on net.
I haven't even had to pull out the Dishkas yet because the balance with the infantry alone has been so well.
We're linked up with you guys at LZX right now.
Ground command to all. A lot of us are out of the bush. You on?
Jeez, Pat, your internet's getting hit again.
stragglers coming out of the bush, including me, PID.
They're not even gonna check him. Wait, did he notice? Yep, I think command just went down. And the night fight begins. Technically, it's already started, but you get my point. This is where things are gonna get spicy.
Ground Command Alpha.
Nope, they left him.
Ground Command to Lost Squad.
I gotta kill him off then, just so we can
Are you guys back
get
on
Brock back.
Are you guys back on X-ray?
Lost Squad is on LZ X-ray covering south to southwest sectors. Over.
Copy last, thank you, sir. Ground Command to Delta.
Oh, Scorch is down in that trench.
Ground Command to Charlie.
This is Charlie, copy.
You have eyes on Delta.
I think we have some Delta stragglers coming inside now, but I don't have the...
Napalm!
Charlie's inside the LZ, by the way.
Ground Command to all units, stragglers from Delta and Command are still in, please PID. Coming in from the north.
They've even stolen some RPGs. That's smart. I'd do it too. Now they're gonna have to go like fan out and get their resupply though. It's gonna be the really tough call. And they're sending guys out to get it.
Hostiles north. Friendly's north as well. Be careful.
Jesus, the sheer amount of tracer fire. Look at that. That is just absolutely beautiful. All right, let's do a quick check. Anything that's like trying to pull out of the AO, for example, we're gonna get rid of. Anything that's far out, we're gonna get rid of.
Ground Command to all units, starting from Alpha, to let me know if your squads are in the trenches, because we're about to start calling in danger close.
This is Alpha. All units, all my men are in the foxholes, holding inside LZ X-ray.
Lost Squad reporting, we're all inside. Covered.
Charlie reporting.
Lost Squad, Charlie, Bravo, or Charlie, Lost Squad.
Charlie has everyone inside.
Alright, so we've got Alpha, Charlie, and Lost Squad. Bravo.
Dirty's got a Type 57. Mox has an SKS.
Delta.
A lot of people are not making it back. I think that's just because communication has kind of died down, you know? Whiplash is with Mac Merritt there too, the SOG devs. I just hope they're, out of everyone, they're having the most fun, enjoying the fruits of their labors, because they helped make all this, you know? I think there's another dev in here as well. I forgot the name. I think Veteran 29. Yeah, he's right there. So I hope he's enjoying it as well. I know SL Dream's also officially playing in the group. That was reserve forms. We got Bavarian here. I don't think he's noticed that Chabokas is down. Now it's just VC in the open as we get through the night.
Alpha reporting more contacts close southeast in the elephant grass and the trees.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop spawning AI. I'm gonna keep this going for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna give them a little bit of a breather, and then we're just gonna go crazy. Where was your invite, Nem? What, you're not in the framework for MCO, buddy? You gotta get in on that. Ooh! Doc trying to put a flare up and the VC said no. Technically it's PAVN, my bad. Oh man. Look at this back at base, all the guys that got picked off as they were pulling back and it got dark. Ay, ay, ay.
Delta Command, not sure if I checked in last time, but Delta, 90% of us are off the LC.
This is ground command to all units. If any of your boys are outside of the wire, I'm sorry, but I'm letting RTO loose. Everybody bunker down because the air's coming down.
Oh dear.
Very firm.
That's a big uh-oh is coming.
That support will be welcome. We got contacts getting really close to our east.
Ground command, Delta, you said 98 in trench, yes?
Ha!
Still walking up on us close.
Ground command to last unit, give a direction.
This is Alpha repeating, we need illumination to the east.
Copy last illumination east, I'll get air. Here. Ground command to last unit, RTO's working, it's taking some time, over. Copy.
They also have their Hueys that can drop illumination.
Ground command to last unit. I don't know if that's the illumination you wanted, but it's what you're getting right now.
This is Alpha, good enough.
We're ready to mount. This is lost squad over.
Ground command to all units. Friendly reminder.
All right, I think
that
that's
we're
it.
not leaving
Everything's
until
officially
the morning.
dead.
There will be no birds out.
Don't copies.
Charlie copies.
So let's just enjoy the strikes right now. Give them like 5 minutes to breathe. Maybe up to 10. Give them that little lull.
Ground command Alpha.
Let them lick their wounds, get their reinserts in. PAVN are gonna regroup. I don't think I'm actually gonna use the mortar today either.
Ground command to Alpha.
Send for Alpha.
Alpha, what direction are you covering?
Alpha is currently covering
Got that
east.
right in the crater.
Ground command
On
to
a dead
Bravo,
dude.
you cover south.
Firm Bravo's already covering west and south-ish.
Alright, Bravo, you get west. Ground command to Charlie. Ground command to Charlie.
This is Charlie, go ahead.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do for this quote-unquote ambush.
Mày không có đi xa đâu. Không sống hơn 10 phút trong đây với mình đâu.
I'm gonna need a few of those. So this is...
Have us cover west, got it.
This is me with my light on. You see that little blur right there? This is it without it. I have it on just so I can see things a little better.
Stay in one hole, split it up how you want, but I'm gonna have you guys cover every single direction. You got the heavy firepower. How copy?
Good copy. I have my guys kind of split out around with the MGT.
So I'm gonna put like 10 machine gunners up here and order them to start suppressing that area. Look at that.
This is Alpha to anyone on this net.
Beautiful.
Just a heads up, we have one man unaccounted for at this time named Scorch. Let me know if you find him.
Copy last, we'll keep an eye out. Do you know if he's still in the bush?
Negative. Position unknown.
Absolutely beautiful.
Danger close and has wounded me. We were in craters close on west side. Be advised that Loki was too close over.
Yeah, that Willie Pete's a little too close as well. They're dragging their wounded from the friendly airstrikes. Yeah, go ahead, Fives. Screenshot whatever you have here, man. But if you actually do paint that, shoot me a picture of it after. I always love seeing art like that. All right, I'm gonna wait till the 2-hour mark. We'll wait 1 more minute, then I'm gonna start setting up that that bombardment. Not even a bombardment, just gonna be a massive amount of suppression.
As I told Patch, it is not based, and it is cringe to not have a heart rate.
Jesus Christ, stream.
Stop doing that. What if you died of stop?
All right. I think they are regrouped. They got a few men down. They're working on them.
You're having a great time.
Let's hope this works.
Ground command to hike.
This is high sun message.
Be advised, my RTO has lost his ability to use ARC.
Roger. The only way I can think of to fix that would be to have him relog on the server. Over.
Copy last, sir.
So the, they don't unfortunately have tracers. That's a shame. That's okay. We can fix that.
Ground command high.
This is high sun message.
My RTO says he believes they won't do it at night. No.
That could be the reason. Over. Holy shit, that got immediately lit up. Oh my god. I gotta look at this myself. Like a freaking painting. All right, I'm gonna get out of here before I get killed. I just wanted to see that.
Ground command to Alpha. What's your status on it?
This is Alpha, wait 1.
Copy last. We'll come back to you. Ground command to Bravo. Status on ammo.
we're good except we 40 mics.
Copy last. We'll put that in for 40 mics. Ground command to Bravo.
He's not stunned. There should be no reason that he can't get a heart rate.
Alright, ground command will come back. Ground command.
Whatever.
This is Charlie. I think we don't really have that many flares left, but I think we're pretty good now.
Flares at 40 mics. Got it. Ground command to Delta. What's your name?
William Sword, thanks for the 36-month resub. That gives you the gold Lance Corporal badge. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend, and I hope you're getting a nice kick out of this scenario.
Try to drop off 40 mics.
Logi has been a little bit glitchy tonight, so I'm perfectly fine with giving some leeway on that.
Ground command and 2 Alpha. We've got 40 mics inbound and elimination.
Good copy, thank you.
I think it errors immediately, making these guys go defend only. Yep, so we got anywhere from half an hour to an hour of this. It sounds like a skill issue.
Ground command to Delta.
I hope to see some really good screenshots in our screenshot channel come out from this, because this is just beautiful.
Ground command to Delta Squad.
This is Delta.
Since you've got eyes all direction, what direction would you say has the most
Oh,
fire?
that's so much better.
Willie Pete and some funny rounds for you.
I'll check with my squad. Give me a second.
Hey, firm. Willie Pete round standby.
Those are fielding in for my quote-unquote dishkas. Chemical rounds.
Command, my guys on the north end are saying, fuck that end. So, contact reported. North.
Are we doing direct north, northwest? What are we looking for?
I'll reconfirm, but I think you just said north.
Copy that.
Delta Command, direct north where the flares are at.
Copy that.
It's like a Star Wars stop with all the tracers, yeah, right?
Ground command to Delta. Ground command to Delta.
This is Delta.
Funny rounds are out. Enjoy the show, boy.
Alright, perfect.
Oh wow, that got immediately napalmed. I think my AI are struggling a little bit. Nah, it's server desync, that's why I think I put too much suppression down at once. They'll just need a second to stabilize. Alright. I think that fixes it. I'm just gonna have one squad suppress at a time from a random direction. Gotta be a little careful with that, you know?
Ground command tapping on the air. Be advised if there's any available air assets in AO, we need 40 mic and flares.
Air's just immediately bashing anything that starts firing up.
Available transport, we need 40 mics and flares, please.
I think I'm gonna focus my attacks in singular directions for the moment.
Yeah, this is ground command to air. I tapped on for you. Can you drop it off? Ground command to...
Oh dear.
Ground command out.
They just napalmed that.
Go, ground.
Nah, no threats to air, because that's how the actual battle went down. There weren't really any threats to air.
Drop off the flares and 48 mics. I need you to attach 2 guys, and I need you to cover the birds, because if we're not careful, they're gonna fucking stay here.
8 firm. I mean, we're in position covering southeast. We can cover their landing, hopefully.
Go ahead and start running to that bird. Get 2 guys on it now.
Hey, firm. I have my guys going to grab the supplies now. This is ground. This is Alpha. We got the box out.
Be left. Do you need me? I'll tell.
More contacts close to the east. Wave that chopper out.
Lost squad, contact east northwest.
Oh man. Nah, it's too choppy. I love the suppression command, but the server just isn't able to handle it. Just with everything that's going on. It's alright, we had our moments with it. Let's just focus on close attacks now. Otherwise, the server's just gonna have too many moments where it desyncs out. Turby, apparently they can't call Arclight at night, which was a feature I didn't even know about. Which makes sense, because they didn't do B-52 runs at night, so...
Ground is Alpha. Reporting there were no Illum flares in that supply drop.
Yeah, so that last one I think is Illumination. So that's actually the one they've been taking the most from, interestingly enough. But I don't think the air assets have been checking what's specifically in certain drops, because they've been getting that wrong a few times. Alright, let's start getting RPGs out. I'm gonna be a little mean now. Yeah, again, just to show you, this is me without my little illumination thing going. They're starting to run up and loot enemy bodies. Smart. But the attack will be consistent throughout the night. Sounds like they're having fun, though. I still hear them giving banter to each other. These flares are lighting them up like a Christmas tree. Ooh, that was a miss.
Alpha to on 50, it's getting kind of quiet. How's everybody? Still hold.
I think we got him. Either grenade or going the wrong way.
Heavy artillery is on the altitude.
I thought he was going to drift right into that.
Cover that J-Tab.
They're weathering the storm so far. Still got at least 40, not at least, but anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes. Ooh, napalm. How did Nailed It get all the way out there? He's a pilot. How'd he fall out? He fell out of the Huey, and he has to come back to friendly forces. He fell out of a Huey. Oh my god. That's pretty damn funny. Oh god. Oh god, I just watched all of the guys in front of me get absolutely annihilated.
Heavily wounded, over. A firm, last call sign, do you require a medic?
Lost squad does require a medic. Next all the supplies are screaming. You'll hear us, over.
Copy.
Oh my god, I might give him another breather here. Oh, they got arc light back online. Holy shit. Yeah, they definitely got arc light back online. Damn.
That air support was danger close. Is anybody on the north side alive over there?
I thought about giving them a breather, but you know what? I'm not that nice. Oh, Dream is dead. That's not good. The Dishkas wouldn't engage from this range. They'd focus on the helicopters instead.
Southeast is getting hit hard.
This is Alpha. We need some air support to the southeast of our position. Hostiles getting very close again.
My God.
Watch out. Danger close.
Whoa! You just hear the rocket fuse and you're like, oh, I'm in trouble. Alright, I'm gonna give him a little bit of a breather after this. Yeah, the enemy are getting right on top of him. This is exactly what I wanted. There's, and he's taking my advice to heart. He's now booking it around. Ocean Man just got taken out, unfortunately. Alright, we'll let the last of the enemy contact keep maneuvering up, and then we'll let it all die down again for another regroup.
Bravo, Charlie.
I'll open it up with another tracer effect. Get my light back on. For the record, they can't see the light when I put it on or off. That's purely for me. Mitchell, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub, my man. I hope you're enjoying this operation as much as I am and the players appear to be, and I hope you're getting a nice kick out of this scenario and future scenarios as well.
This is Alpha and remnants of Delta. We need assistance south. Multiple men down.
Lost squad is reporting northwest side. All squads have pulled back. We're in trouble. Over.
Oh dear, the devs are dead.
Say again, Lost Squad.
Break on net. All fronts are overrun. Alpha, what's your pop?
Alpha Pos is marked on map. We are the southeastmost element on X-ray. We have remnants of Delta with us. What is the play? Hi, our command.
Stand fucking by. I don't think we have a bay.
Merritt's the only guy alive in his 3-man bunker.
Just stand by. I'll find Merritt.
Alpha copies.
Ooh.
Ground command to Alpha, how bad's your mask has? Because it's a fucking mess over here. I just now got back up myself.
Wait one. Okay, we're good for now. If it's bad over there, then hold off your heavy medical support. We can handle it.
Ground command to Alpha, do you have any medics you can detach over here?
Wait one.
Ground command to all elements on station. If you're alive and you have any flares, shoot them up now because it's pitch black and we got multiple MASCAS. Ground command to Alpha.
Let him breathe for a second.
Ground command to Delta.
This is Alpha. We're unable to detach a medic at this time. We're still dealing with casualties.
Negative on the medic. You said you have half of a Delta, right?
1 or 2 men. Just whoever's left.
Alpha, since you're the most put together, just grab stragglers and form an ad hoc defensive perimeter. I will try to get everybody reorganized.
Raj.
This is Delta SL and backup. One of my MG teams was holding the southeast, the other 2 were holding northwest and northeast. Northeast. I think it was me and yellow team that went down. We're on the southeast.
Yeah, I got reinserts coming in.
Command, Charlie.
Go ahead, buddy.
What's the plan? Are we like just waiting till morning? Because I'm not sure if we're going to survive till then.
Ground command to all elements as a reminder, we will not be picked up until morning. It's too dangerous for night pickup, apparently.
gotta be fucking kidding me.
They did not like that one bit. That's because I told them in the mission that they're holding the LZ till the night, so they don't like that. I'm sorry to say, but they shouldn't have played the mission that told them in the document for 3 weeks that they would be holding the LZ. Oh well. Second attack.
Ground command to Bravo.
Go for Bravo.
Status, please.
Down to about probably 50% strength at the moment.
Yeah, tracers are landing right on him.
Ground command to Charlie.
This is Charlie, go ahead.
Status.
Scattered but alive.
So I can tell player fatigue is getting a little high, so I might bump it up to 16 times speed.
Alright, ground command to all units, listen up, we're getting desperate, so all of you tell your squads on SR to just find a trench and hop in it. If you've got stragglers, just point their rifle somewhere. We don't have time or the fucking energy to get reorganized. How copy all?
Copy, copy. Copy, copy.
This is Alpha copy, but we're just continuing to hold.
We don't have any other options, and the man's not authorizing evac till morning, so we either hold or we'll all die.
Copy that.
Yeah, I think everything up there is now dead, so I'm gonna get that deleted real quick.
Ground command to all elements, if you've got priority fire tasking, say it over radio because we got birds on standby from where boom.
Delta copies. Alpha copies.
Bravo copies.
Charlie copies, don't have any tasking at the moment.
Alpha requesting illumination to our south. Yeah, no, we got some flares landing. Use another run now.
See that CS gas? I think that's actually Willie Pete in the back, though. I'm gonna bump up acceleration. So I can tell based off of hearing their voices that some people want this to be over soon.
Ground command to all, each squad must attach 1 to 2 people. Quickly sprint to the helicopter, get the flares out, and let them take off so we don't lose the bird. Just name a guy quickly, and when the bird lands, grab that shit.
Copy. Alpha will send.
Yeah, they're staying because of the helicopter.
I'll volunteer myself.
I don't know, Devour. I don't know.
Got a guy going to the chopper.
I don't mind wrapping up the mission a little earlier than I anticipated because of player fatigue. But I'm still gonna make this equatorial hell. Oh my god. A Huey went down.
One Huey down at LCX ray.
Location?
Center of LCX ray.
I see, I'm getting it. I see.
That's okay. We'll wrap this up by about 3:45. So another 20 minutes.
Ground Command to Alpha, what's your flare status looking like?
Wait, what?
I'll come back to you. Ground Command to Bravo, what's your flare status looking like?
Above the ground, right one.
Copy last. All squads on that. If you can hear me, give me a flare status one by one when you're ready.
Alpha is good on flares right now, ground.
Charlie could use flares.
Alright, I'll try to run a box over to you. Delta, you good?
I can go for you.
Woo!
I will try to find a flare box among all the crap over here. Stand by.
Command, last squad is about 12 flares left, over.
Bravo to ground. Bravo has about 6 flares left.
I think Patchwork just ran into a friendly gun there and got hit. All the enemy are down again. So we're gonna open up with some more suppression in a minute or two. Jeez, that ended quick.
All elements, we have flares whenever helicopter touches down is loaded folded. Also break. Lost squad is reporting. There's another box of square.
Whale stepping up when he needs to. So like normally, most AOs, communication is what breaks things down at the end of the day.
This is Alpha. How are we looking to the northwest? Is anyone over there?
Lost squad covering northwest. North quiet, west quiet for now.
Good copy.
Above the ground, requesting airstrike south-southwest of LZ X-ray.
Ground Command to all units. If you need ammo, please let me know and complain to other squads.
So with blood is yeah.
Alpha to ground. Can we
I mean,
get
someone
a
OD'd him
rocket
with
launcher
drugs.
Southeast beyond the craters and the elephant grass and to the tree line.
Copy last, my friend. I'll do my best for you. I was just down. I'll send that right now.
Copy, thank you. Be advised, got units in close proximity in those craters. Heads up.
Copy last. Do you need us to shift assistance that way?
Negative, just keep it away from the craters. We got front.
Copy last. Give us direction one more time, Alpha.
Right about where there is a very, never mind, scratch that.
Dog did crash. Let me deal with him real quick.
Bravo to ground.
Go ahead, bud.
Tojo.
Airstrike fire mission south. White flare out in the grass.
Copy that. Ground command to all units, be advised, do not cross out the wire. And please let your squads know, because I see men going on adventures.
I see men going in on adventures.
Ground command to Alpha, do you have that task?
You gotta stay in your foxhole, boys. If you don't, you're probably not gonna live.
Same as before, southeast. Elephant grass extending to the tree line.
Oh!
Confirming.
Friendly airstrike again!
We'll radio over.
A firm. Looks like another piece of ordnance just fell on some guys that were forward in the foxholes.
These guys just watched it happen.
Bravo to ground. If it was the rocket run that just came in, that was fine. Danger close, but it worked.
I was gonna run up and try to kill him. JY's running down to assist. That's smart.
Did the squad just call in a rocket strike to the southeast?
Ground command to all elements aboard the south-southeast. They're just gonna...
God, I love seeing the symbol in the distance so I can go back and, you know, switch squads.
Copy last. Ground command to Alpha, not Alpha, sorry, Bravo.
Go for Bravo.
Stand by, all units stand by.
They're out of the trench right here to try to kill this guy. Oh, he's out of RPGs. Ha!
This is Alpha. So the napalm was good effect on target. However, the rockets are landing too close. You need to move them further towards the hill. They just impacted. Break. Elements of a squad that are inside the craters. Please tell air to stop hitting inside the craters.
Alright, I'm gonna do something really, really nasty. We're gonna basically have a massive infantry push. Up one angle. Oh, this is the puddle. It's a crater with some water in it. No vehicles, only aircraft.
Bravo to Alpha, still alive. Out.
Charlie, what's your status?
We had to move trenches to get back to friendly force, but we're okay.
Copy. Delta, how are you guys?
Delta, my team understands is still down from blue on blue rocket strike.
Ooh!
The guys on the...
Copy. I've got my medic down there helping you guys if possible.
I know, it's appreciated. I'm down there doing CPR myself. Grant?
Ground command to Bravo.
Send for Bravo.
Are you moving to Delta? I had a lag spike there for a minute that knocked me out of TF.
Negative. Bravo is not moving.
Okay, I guess it didn't go through. Alpha Charlie, stay put. Bravo, go pick up Delta, please.
Bravo copies. Break Bravo to Delta. Confirm which side of the LZ you're on.
If you're referring to medical support, Command, I have my medic as Alpha. I have Alpha Medic helping Delta right now.
No, I don't. I mean, yes, I want medical support, but I want them to be helped physically move back to the trench line if they're not already.
Good copy.
Yeah, Bravo, you're gonna go over there and cover them as they pull back. Delta, go ahead and pull back a little bit. Sorry for the mass cats. We'll talk to Air about it later. Ground command to Delta.
This is Delta.
Status.
Wait, one, I'm gonna check.
Copy last. We'll move an extra squad to you if need be.
Negative, I'm gonna tell my guys to pull out of this trench. And just pull back to more friendlies.
Copy last. Bravo, set up a perimeter somewhere near them to the closest trench and get them out of that mess.
Ooh, I think he just got hit. That was a whale.
Ground command to Bravo and or Delta, whichever first, when Delta's in safety limits.
Delta, copy.
Bravo to Delta, confirm which side of the LZ you're currently on.
Southeast.
Southeast different, thank you.
Ooh, a Phantom went down.
Delta to Bravo, we are waiting for one more dude to get up and then we're moving
Huh.
back.
Yeah, so I think they crashed because they just weren't able to see. It's 5 o'clock. Ooh.
This is Alpha, contact close, east, very close.
Ground command to Alpha, I'm gonna go ahead and authorize strikes unless you have any objections.
Negative, not at this time.
Hey, firm, go ahead, hold tight.
This is Delta. My team from the southeast is pulled out.
So another thing I completely forgot about is that tracer script is actually really laggy when we have this many people. So one of the reasons you saw my footage lagging a bit there was actually because I had that on. So I just turned it off and now it looks a little smoother.
This is Alpha to all call signs. Does anyone have anyone close to the east side? Because I'm going to call that clear for airstrike.
This is ground command to Alpha. It's already coming down. Hold firm. Not on the trench, but outside the trench. Did you need in trench?
Good copy.
Yeah, that's going to make them start coming out because it's Willie Pete. They got to be careful though because that little
Well, ground command to all units.
distance it can get can
Are we all clear on east?
still hurt them.
Bravo to Alpha, no men that side.
Slowly getting brighter. Sun's starting to come up.
Delta and Charlie.
This is Charlie, go ahead.
Charlie, are you clear from east?
Yeah, we're clear from east. We're on our double left.
Oh!
Delta, you clear from east?
Oh!
Ground command to Alpha, I'm going to wait on Delta, and then after that we will clear for danger close, east trench smash.
This is Delta. All my guys have been told to pull out of the east trenches. Like, pull back and make sure they're in hard cover.
Copy last. Alpha, do you have any final infantry that needs to be moved out before we call down the thunder?
Negative, we should be good.
All units be advised, danger close, coming down on the eastern trench line, get covered.
and Lost Squad reporting, taking heavy contact west. Heavy's FPs as well, they're getting close, over.
Lost Squad, what's your pause?
Lost Squad is in the wire watching west, over.
Ground command to high command.
This is high, send message.
Be advised, the babysit boy squad wants to know when we're leaving, sir.
You were never leaving. I told you, you're holding X-ray. We're trying to take this territory, over.
Copy last.
I'm on the ground. I feel live too.
It was in the document that you were holding the LZ. I don't know how I could have been more clear. Imagine signing up for an op and then complaining about what the op is, even though the op told you what it was.
Alright, understandable. Break, Lost Squad. Go ahead and move to the intermediate. I'll have someone take your place. Lost Squad, what's your ammo looking like?
Here comes the sun.
Ground command to Lost Squad, what's your ammo looking like?
Is that a call for Delta?
No, that's a call for Lost.
Oh, okay, my bad.
All right.
Say again for Lost Squad, explosion just went off.
Oh gosh, I just blew up.
What's your ammo looking like, friend?
We're holding the LT.
Well, this is the last guy.
Reporting, we're good, Nemo flares, over.
Copy.
Actually, no more flares necessary. Out.
Whew. That's it. It is the morning. Yeah, I mean, if you can look at the document I gave him yesterday with the mission command, you know?
Ground. Oh, wait.
But Hex sector is pretty much secure. I said we end around 3:45. It's 3:42 right now.
Ground command.
Nailed my timing
Go
today.
into a head count and a med check. It looks like we're wrapping it up, hopefully.
Alpha copy.
Charlie, copy.
Yeah, how do you read? It's a good question. Maybe there's a version with pictures. I mean, if you scroll down, there's pictures in the document, too.
Charlie's on California time. I'm alone. What's the deal with the helicopters?
Ground command to all units. Go ahead. Hold danger close. Our CO was lost. Mine has been calling in every single thing.
The Alpha copies.
Charlie, copy.
Ground command to any squads in the eastern flank. Get down. Arc light is danger close.
Now it's a matter of where's that arc light airstrike gonna be?
Hovering, waiting, shooting, ready for people to jump in. But nobody is jumping in. You want people to jump in, yes, no? Over.
Ground command to last unit. That is up to high command. You're gonna have to ask Colonel Liru.
I'm just gonna assume no. Over.
I have not been told by high that we may leave AO, so looks like we're still putting up trenches, boys. Ground command to all units. Colonel Liru says this is your house now. So, like, this is our house now.
I can't understand it.
Ground, you cut out.
Oh my god. The heck was that?
Ground command to all units, you are free and clear to move around. Arc light is over.
All right, 345. All forces, this is high. Be advised, it appears the VC have stopped. Excuse me, break. It appears the PAVN have ceased their attacks with it being in the morning. We have won the battle. Break. Stand by for index. Over. I'm gonna be snarky.
He was on frags at friendly.
Yeah, you want me to read up. The other way, just shot in the head. Just drop down hell bombs.
Yeah, ground command to all units, do not do the normal, or let all of your squads know, do not do the normal friendly fire. No friendly fire.
You're allowed to. It's MCL. Aye. Alright, hold on. Turn that off.
People are screaming death. Break.
Alright. So, it was said in the document.
Sorry, my bad.
Alright. So it did say in the document you'd be holding LZ X-ray all op. So if you didn't know that, then I'm sorry, but learn to read. That's all I can really say about that. Just a reminder, with every MCO, you are allowed to shoot up in the air, shoot at each other at index, but please wait till that actually happens, where we get the mission complete thing. Don't start throwing grenades into each other early. I'm not going to look into that incident because I watched it happen, but it's because that was a newer community that was here, so I'm not going to do anything about it. So please don't put reports up because of that. But nonetheless, rescue of Lost Squad took a little longer than I thought, and I think Lost Squad felt the pressure at times, but there was just a few incidences of classic Vietnam mistakes. I watched an F4B drop napalm on a random village way outside the AO. That had nothing to do with the op, so we hit that checkbox. Air decided to strike friendlies like 2 or 3 times throughout that operation. I even watched a Huey fly low, look at a friendly squad. It was like 2 or 3 friendly squads, and then just start annihilating.
I watched
and
that.
then like someone went on the radio like within 30 seconds and started like barking at Air to wave VOD. It was, oh, gosh.
I said, hey, I think they just strike friendlies and everyone started screaming at the pilots.
Yeah, it was a very Vietnam-esque operation. I hope you had fun. I'm going to put the exit poll up. Hopefully people that left early know after what I said in the brief to DM me for it, but I heavily rely on your feedback for MCOs. But the only thing I want to apologize for is sometimes I was using suppression commands during the night attack a little too much, and there was some desync that would happen as a result of that, so I had to be quick to delete stuff. Also, because of the balance of server resources, I was deleting bodies relatively close to players, but not the closest ones, so I apologize if you saw stuff deleting in front of you. And there were a few angles where you might have seen things appear in front of you as well. I do apologize for that. It was hard for me to see as well while it was night, so I was just trying to make sure to get everything in elephant grass to then come out and attack you in the multiple waves that the enemy attacked in. Nonetheless, hope you had fun. If you didn't, just bash me in the feedback forum, and I do take it into account. Feedback forum will also have the poll for the next MCO op in 4 weeks. But I'd like to thank the SOG Dev Team devs for coming by for this one. It means a lot that you came down to this event, and I hope you had fun as well. So we're going to do debrief here with Command, followed by Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Lost Squad, JTAC, and then all 4 Hueys, and then the 2 planes. So this will be like a 20 or 30 minute thing, but please try to keep it brief. Don't go through everything. Just give, feedback. Let's try to keep it like 2 minutes per person. Go.
All right, yeah, I'll try to make it brief then. So I had fun overall. I had as much fun, if not more fun, as the Krieg op. So, fun fact, I wasn't trying to be GC this time. It just kind of happened. I waited for just everybody to take their slots. My guys and I actually wanted to be one of the random teams. And I was accidentally GC this time because it was the last thing open and we really wanted to go. So, surprise! If you hated how I did stuff, I'm sorry. I tried my best. All the squads did great. I honestly can't think of any moment where I didn't have fun. I was having fun the whole damn time, even times where I got down, because to me, the fun of like the Vietnam mod is the hecticness, the scariness, the darkness. You know, at the end there with Delta, when we were on our way back, getting fucked, getting downed. Other than that, yeah, all my squad leaders did great. Apparently, I did accidentally give kudos to the wrong team because I ran into Whale. And here's the thing, if you got annoyed with me coming up to you and going, what squad?
Thanks for the raid, Barb.
I don't
Hope you
know
had fun.
all of the squad leaders by name. I don't know all of the squads by name. Everybody looks the exact same. So I do apologize if you got a little bit annoyed of me saying, hey, squad are you? Because we all look the exact same. So I did give kudos to Whale's group when I meant to give it to Delta, but honestly, the kudos should go to all of you because all of you did great. So give it to the next person.
All right, I'll try to keep it as brief as I can. Alpha had fun overall, I would say. It was very Vietnam, very hectic, very holding out till till whenever. So that was really fun. Overall, working with the other squads was good. Comms were good. But working with Bravo bounding up was good until we got friendly airstruck. I tried to make it a point to, we would constantly be marking our position with smoke just to help, but I felt that the map markers should have been enough to convey where we were. That happened several times, and I was getting a little frustrated at that by the third or fourth time that it happened. So I guess please double check your targets next time. That really broke up the retrieval of Lost Squad, because originally it was going to be us up front in Alpha, but that really kind of messed up the momentum of things because we had to get reinserted. But the holdout was fun. Watching things burn was fun. So thank you. It was fun. Bravo.
Nothing too much to mention. I mean, comms was chaos. Movement was kind of chaos at times. Stuff was good. Sucks that radios were a little weird, and apparently some people, I think, couldn't hear others for some reason at certain times, but more or less fine. Just a little suggestion for next time. It may have said, hey, we're holding the LZ until the next day. Maybe specify what next day is, so we at least have an expectation of how far into the next day, because that night felt really, really long.
I think the document said until morning.
Yeah.
But it was fine. Go ahead, Charles.
So the doc itself says the next day, but if it's the next day, then you're at least holding it through the night, so I don't really understand what's confusing about that.
Alright, I was Charlie. I think it was pretty good overall.
I don't mean to sound like a hard ass, but I really don't.
Confusion sometimes with who is going where. I think Delta went ahead of us.
Because you said the night was too long, but it's like,
figure out
what?
Squad. I remember seeing air just hover in front of us at one point and then just completely destroy Bravo or Alpha. So that was something.
I'm confused.
But I don't have any major complaints or anything. Everyone did pretty good, and even though I felt like the foxhole stuff could have been a little more interesting, I was mostly just like standing around and shooting at people who were off in the distance. I think it was still pretty good overall. I enjoyed it. Delta, you can go.
It's hard for me to make
Delta,
foxhole stuff
everybody did very
interesting, to be
good.
perfectly honest.
Sorry if we were a bit slow at times.
Because that's what it was.
I thought we were being rear guard because keeping the heavy guns at the back, but
that's what people voted for as well. So it's like I don't know what to do at that point.
Telling us to, yeah, we did very well. No major complaints. It was good fun. Thanks for having us.
Is JTAC next or the pilots?
JTAC, then Huey's.
Lost Squad?
Or, yeah, Lost Squad.
Okay. I had a pretty good time. I'd like to thank everyone for coming by today. It was wonderful to be a part of. I would say my feedback, and I'll skip straight to the constructive stuff. I think Air didn't feel a lot of pressure to land on that LZ, and that led to frustrations from the infantry that were like, we're not allowed to leave till morning, but Air is landing just fine. So why can't we go? The solution to that, there's a lot you're juggling. Obviously, Liru, I understand that. If there's any way to put a little more pressure on such that air doesn't feel comfortable landing, but it's still a balancing act of making sure air is still able to be utilized as cast and they have something to do. That's just something to figure out, if possible. Also, making it a little more odd is the fact reinserts still need to be done, so it's not so easy. You do have to get air in there somehow, some way. That could try to be orchestrated with smoke. It was obviously very chaotic. Getting in touch with squad leads to coordinate something like that is difficult. And I think maybe it's just a concession we have to make, that a long-term defense like that needs to be a little artificial to say we can't leave till morning for the purposes of keeping this operation going and having some fun. But on the other hand, we will be landing birds, even though those birds can't pick up anyone. Other than that, feedback for the operation, comms were obviously very busy. This was mentioned already, but it was to the point where I did have to lower my long-range volume, and I hope I wasn't hard to reach. I tried to make sure I was paying attention, but all things considered, I was in CQB for the first 60 minutes of the whole op, and I needed to make sure I was listening to my guys, calling sectors, moving everyone around, and I just can't listen into all the long-range comms between Alpha Bravo Charlie if they're 2 kilometers away while that's going on, so apologies again if I was hard to reach. That's about all my feedback for the operation itself. I'd like to congratulate everyone for doing such a great job in Lost Squad. You guys were excellent. I don't think we took a single casualty, and we probably killed half of North Vietnamese population. It was very good to be a part of. Obviously, one more thing before I go. Air did have some short strikes. It should be evident, so it's just something to keep in mind and work into habit, but when you're doing a danger close strike, if you're going to hit a little short or a little far, hit a little far if you're flying directly over friendlies, because if you hit a little short, you'll wipe out half my squad. That's all I got.
Thank you, Whale. JTech?
Gonna be you in Fusion, by the way.
You know, I had a good time, other than a bit of my radio problems the kind of near the start. But after I got that sorted out, it was pretty good. Arc light, go boom.
All right, first Huey with the minigun and rocket pylons.
We just kept getting as many gun and rocket out as we could. Sorry for the squads that got the rocket strike. We were taking shots from there. We turned around, we saw people. Shots were still coming in, so we did the most normal thing and just put as much as we could there. It wasn't until the rockets had flown and the dust had actually settled that we were actually able to tell. So sorry about that, but otherwise we just tried to support as best we could with everything.
All right. Second Huey on the roster.
Yeah, I will apologize for the missed PID on the road at the beginning as we were pushing off of X-Ray. But other than that, I will say it didn't really feel like there was any sort of pressure to keep circling or anything. Like multiple times I just stopped straight over like people in what like would get occasional fire, but nothing like serious enough to even warrant moving. But other than that, plenty of targets, no real issues. Apart from the Huey collision lights, you can't see them at all. That's it.
All right, Huey 3.
Not much I can really say that hasn't already been said. There were a couple instances where the communications between ground and air just kind of went to shit. I don't know if that was just because someone died or there was desync. I heard that some people were disconnected. But usually when that happened, what air would do is we just suspend all forms of, we would say to suspend all forms of close air support until we could get comms back up. But I mean, really, I think overall, other than the few close calls we had, it felt pretty good. We didn't have any mid-air collisions at night, which I think is an absolute fucking score. But yeah, honestly, nothing I can really say that hasn't already been said.
Huey 4?
Yeah, same for me. Only thing, flying at night was pretty fun. So we couldn't see much, at least in the UEs, and it was pretty interesting to fly in these conditions. But otherwise, yeah, there was no real pressure not to land. I landed like 4 times at the LC, and my helo didn't get a scratch. So I don't know. But otherwise, good up.
The first F4.
Yeah, was fun. Only thing I have to say is that a lot of the time we weren't really aware of friendlies were, or sorry, where the friendlies were. So that's why we probably hit a couple of you guys sometimes. Other than that, I liked the mission. Felt good. Pilots did well. Yeah, that's about it.
Barb was in the mission as one of the co-pilots for the F4s. Second F4B. All right.
Guess not there.
I'll say that the camera on those things sucks, and I pretty much relied on Lusad to say, "All right, drop now." But it was still fun.
Yeah, and again, you couldn't see the Huey, so it's again a miracle that we didn't hit a single one.
Yeah, the only casualty we had was when the Lusad slammed to the side of a mountain.
You weren't supposed to say that.
Yeah, well,
that one was just loose up getting,
everyone saw the jet respawn, man.
All right. Well, again, I put the link to the form in. Please give me your feedback. I really do rely on it, and I also rely on your data to decide what the next MCO is going to be, as well as the size of that MCO. So again, thank you for playing. It's open debrief now. If you have to go, feel free. I will be right back in a moment. All right, so overall, what I'm really gleaming from the feedback is, at least the preliminary one that's come up, is most people enjoyed it. It was a little on the framier end, which was to be expected. People thought the LZ holding was a little too long, and people were just a little confused about the AO overall. So I guess in the future, I will just word it. I'll really dumb the language down and just thoroughly break down what they're going to be doing, and I guess add timestamps to it as well. But I find that kind of funny that people. No, it's not funny. It's humbling. It means people want to just play what I Zeus regardless of what it is, and they don't mind what the concept is. But I'll meet them halfway and write down more exact stuff of what's going on. And we'll go from there. Otherwise, that is that for me today. I probably won't be on till tomorrow for another Ouroboros cycle scenario. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one. Yes, Don, go ahead and raid Dante. Tell Dante I said hello.